Beat y'all. All you Monday night people, how the fuck is it going? It's your neighborhood, Jesus. Shades Wade, back again. We got some updates. I was streaming some Fortnite, but figured we'd do a sort of just a game and me talking to anybody that's asking about updates. Do a formal update video. True story. Let's wait for some people to get in here. What up, Wing? How you doing, man? How the fuck are you? Yeah, I feel like when I'm streaming Fortnite and people ask updates or anything non-Fortnite related, I kind of get sidetracked, like playing the game and trying to read comments, and you know what I'm saying? It's distracting for sure. True fucking story. Wayne King says, so did you give Iceman a hug? Oh, not quite. What you getting into, Wayne? How's shipping going? How's the powder coating going? Wayne says I'm sick. Dude, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You got that itis? Are you saying thanks ribs or fuck you ribs? And King says vomiting everywhere. Ugh. It's rough. Throwing up sucks. Throwing up is no good. When King says about to sleep it off, yeah, it's about the best thing you can do. If you can get to sleep, sleep is the best way to recharge your body. Recoupy. But yeah, I called up J-Spec today because I was about to go over there and make a 31-minute voyage. And then the 31-minute voyage apparently with navigation said there was an accident on the way, so it was more like an hour. So I was like, well, I don't really feel like driving an hour each way to sit in traffic with a car that leaks coolant and all that stuff. So I called them up. I gave them my number twice. They've never called me back. So this girl secretary calls me, you know, or I call them, and she's like, hey, I'm like, hey, I called you like 4 or 5 days ago when you were unloading the containers and y'all were busy. Did you get any DC5 Recaro Type R seats in, red or blue? She goes, yes, we do. Let me just go check and make sure they're still available, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like excited as fuck. So then she's like on the phone for like, she puts me on hold for like a minute. She comes back and she's like, so you're probably going to hate me. And I'm like, why is that? Are they like super expensive or something? She's like, I said they were DC5, but they're actually DC2 Integra Type R seats, red Recaros. So I don't know if you'd be interested in those. I'm like, yeah, not particularly. It's like, I have a DC5. I want DC5 Type R seats. She's like, yeah, we don't have those. I'm like, when are you going to get another container in? Oh, in about a week. I'm like, I mean, like, I want to tell them just like, dude, can you just get me some? Like, you got a person in Osaka, right? I have money. I want them, obviously. So it's like, what the fuck are we waiting for? Like, you have somebody in Osaka that can find some, red, blue, or black. Find me some, and I'll buy them. Like, you have a buyer, find them for me. And seems to be the MO that they just don't give a fuck. There's like, they might have some good parts and stuff, the occasional good part, and they got a lot of K28 motors and stuff, but the customer service is like, good customer service is like a unicorn. You just can't find it. You see it once in a blue moon. So it's pretty disappointing. I was going to go over there and just like fucking grab the motor, but I need to go see what John, my tech, says he'll do the swap for and shit like that. And then, so tomorrow I'm going to go over to my tech and give him a list of everything we need done. Just like We need this motor taken out. We need this motor put in. The bolt-ons, the thermostat, the timing chain, the oil pump chain, the tensioner, the blah, blah, the blah, blah. And just see what he's charging. I mean, I would think it's less than $1,000. I'd hope. But you just never know, man. You never fucking know. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm gonna tomorrow I'll go over there and see what he says, and then fucking go over to the shop and start gutting my car, like getting the bolt-ons off, the manifold, the this, the that, and yeah, essentially start dismantling the silver car, Stacy, and try to get this buttoned up, man, so we can at least get the motor in there and get all the mechanical stuff out the way. Old school says tangents is shades on now. Yeah, dude, I was playing Fortnite. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be short with you or anything. It's just like doing a little bit of this. Wing said, what is this? Yeah, these are DC2 seats, Wing. I'm not interested in DC2 seats, unfortunately. Because they have a set of red DC2 seats. I'm not really interested in them, you know? For a DC, for if you have a DC2 or a EG or anything that's not a DC5, you know, totally dope seats, but, you know, I just for the DC5, I want DC5. I want period correct seats, you know. Got a DC5, I want DC5 seats. And honestly, for the 850 seems like a good price, but it's $100 shipping per seat. Getting it, you know, it's in Orlando, so I mean, J-Spec, I could go drive 30 minutes and go get a set for $900. So like the shipping is just killing me. Old school says, "What up, Wing? If you feel like shit, he's puking everywhere, man. He's not feeling too good." But also, update on shipping. I'm sure y'all already knew about the right-hand drive Japan order. Fucking that'll be here August 3rd. It just shipped out basically. I think. George Bonnie, what up, dude? How you doing? I'm gonna check that actually. Old school says, "Damn, hope you feel better soon, homie." For real though. What the fuck was I about to do? Right-hand drive Japan. Let's see what my order says exactly. They sent me an update or whatever that said, why doesn't this shit keep me logged in? It says my password, my login's remembered, but it always signs you out and shit. It's so annoying. My account. Okay. View order. They're about to ship it out within the next 2 days. Today's the 30th, so it says shipping date will be within 2 business days of the 30th. So, well, see, that doesn't really make sense because 2 days would be August. Oh, okay. No, now that I remember right, they said it would ship out within August 2nd. So FedEx, like 2 days, should be the 7th, 6th or the 7th, something like that. I really just hope the windshield banner's the right one. I hope they don't fuck me over. Not that I guess it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it does. Sorry, guys, I'm on a little bit of a tangent. I'm looking at Brahm seats, just seeing if they had anything that looks like a SR4, but not really. They don't look that. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a elitist or anything like that, but they don't look that good for the money. Like a Sparko seat looks better quality. A Bride seat looks better quality. So it's kind of weird. So, I mean, they're only asking. I mean, a Brahm Venom R carbon fiber bucket seat, $339 a pop, and they have them in black, blue, or red. But some about them just, I don't know. I mean, they have, and it's carbon fiber too, so that's kind of dope. This debate, I don't know. What do y'all here? Fucking, I don't know if y'all be able to see that or not, because I'm not on my screen. But what do y'all think of that? I mean, for $339, that's a brand new seat. I mean, doesn't look horrible. Looks pretty dope actually. You got a blue one, but you know the Recaro. The Recaro is just like, you know. I mean, I guess it's kind of like when you get spoon parts. I mean, you could get. Where are we at? Where are we at? Let's see. Win King says, thanks, bro. George says, swell. What's up, guys? Old School says, what up, George? So nothing in the mail, Shades. Well, I said Monday, but there was an issue with the order from Christian. It was supposed to originally be here Monday, but they shipped it to Saki Bomb. So it came to Saki Bomb this morning, and he's going to ship it out to me. He's already got it FedExed and everything. It'll be here Saturday. So sorry for the letdown, guys. I was definitely a little disappointed too, but you know, I didn't have to pay any more shipping or anything like that. Let's see. Let's see. Old School. Wait, hold on. Cam says, "Hey guys, get well, Wing. Bummer about the seats. Yeah, it's just, dude, like for the money you're spending, one, you're getting a used seat. Two, you can't find them, and three, I don't know if you know. It's just hard to put into words, you know. Like I think it's better to start with a brand new seat because then any mark I put on it, I put there, and you know, bolster wear and all that stuff. It's just, you know." George says, I like the blue. Cam says, hey, old, just at work here. Wing says, blue. Old School says, looks good, dude. Should I'd swoop it? Cam says, hey, George. Old School says, blue ones for sure. George says, but two blues that don't match. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't. I still feel like I would go with the red, honestly, just because it'd be a nice contrast. You'd have, you know, red interior. I mean, because we're going to do, like, let's say the two Recaros, whether they were red or blue. Let's say we were doing red seats, we would have done red interior and red back seats. But if we do blue, then we'll do blue interior, like carpet, and blue back seats. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, but yeah, I feel you. If the two blues don't like match or mesh well together, that's gonna look straight weird. And a lot of people are like, you got a blue car, but you got red interior, but like that pops no matter what. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to worry about matching blues and stuff like that, having the right tints of blues, like Arctic Blue Pearl exterior, and then you know these seats are like, let's say a shade or a tint off on a different color blue. It might, you're right, it might look kind of weird. And I feel like the whole blue on blue on blue, like blue everywhere, blue paint, blue interior, blue seats, blue back seats, like I feel like it's going to be too much blue, honestly. I mean, I like the way the blue looks, but you know what I'm saying? True story. I think the thing that's enticing. Let's see. Old school says so. It went to Fremont. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it does. Cam says red. Feel you, Cam. Old school says I'd go with one red or one blue, no passenger. Passenger doesn't need a driver's seat anyway. Well, the thing is, I have to replace. I'm getting two seats. Like I know it seems like that's stupid or something, but we have a ripped up Type S seat, so we need a new seat anyway. You know what I mean? And yeah, I could probably try to get like just a stock Type S seat, but it's going to cost like $200 for a Type S seat at least in any decent condition. So you might as well just buy two of the same seat because you have symmetry. You know what I mean? I know that's like picky, but I don't know. It looks to me it looks weird when you have like the driver gets this seat and the passenger gets this seat, and I don't know. It's weird. And not to mention, I got it. It's two birds with one stone. I think it looks weird, and we need a new seat anyway because mine's all fucking ripped. Like both the front seats are ripped up. Even the back seats. Like you could argue the back seats need. You know, people might think I'm getting excessive with reupholstering the back seats and making them red or whatever, but you know. Cam says blue pants, blue shirt, blue cap, just straight fucking monochrome, monochromatic outfits. Cam says that's how my DC5 is stock passenger seat, but I guarantee your stock DC5 passenger seat is way better condition than mine because those two front seats and the back seats, they're all dog shit. They all got to go. Old school said I think cars look cooler with just a race car driver's seat and a stock passenger seat. To me, it just looks like it's not a symmetrical thing. You know what I mean? It's something about it's weird to me. I'm not hating on anybody that does that. I mean, it's definitely more cost effective too, but I'd probably be more on game if it was not a fucked up passenger seat. My passenger seat is split open. It's just there's no hope for it. Unless you're getting another seat cover and you're gonna spend a lot more than, let's say a Brahms seat is the one I'm looking at is I mean, it looks pretty decent. I mean, it's like Wing said, it's not reclinable. So that's kind of, I mean, me personally, I always have my seat in a fixed position. So that doesn't really, it's not really the end of the world. But I don't know. I feel you. Maybe it's like, you want what you can't have. Let's see. Old school says that's what I'm saying, Cameron. Cam says not ripped up, but dried up a bit with dog drool. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a dogs allowed in my car. Wing King says blue carpet, blue headliner, blue trunk dash. Too much blue. It's gonna be like the Eiffel 65 mobile. Old school says Shade's gonna be crip walking soon with all that blue. Well, dude, that was the funny thing. We were joking around last night, and I was like, my car's blue, but I'm gonna do red interior. And Iceman was like, Bloods and Crips. I was like, that's right. I'm not trying to side. Get in the wrong part of town. Be like, I'm Blood and my Crip, man. It's all good. It's all cool. Cam says, couple of small holes from the dog. No dogs, no fat chicks. George says. Cameron says, my dog goes everywhere I do apart from work. Well, that's dope, though. I mean, that's dedication. I couldn't bring my dog in my car to save my life. He's been in my car. When I dog sitted one time, I brought him in my car, and he looked pretty uncontent. Like, he's like, your car's really loud. It's very vibrational, dumped, hitting potholes. He was like, the fuck's going on? This isn't the Gucci Fiat. For real, though. But, I mean, these seats, it's a carbon fiber bucket seat. I mean, it's debatable, man. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Because for the $1,600 or whatever dollars a blue set or recaros cost, like, I mean, It's $339. We'll just call it $350 a piece. So that's $700 for the seats, and then with the other $800 or $900, like I can get like fucking Cusco sidebars, the NRG harness bar, a set of Takata harnesses, and just be set, you know? It's kind of weird. I don't know what to do. Because I have, like, up until this point, I haven't really debated getting an aftermarket seat, just like a brand new, like, you know, Bride seat or Brom or Sparco or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I've just been like, I've had my mind and my heart set on, I'm getting a set of real DC5 Type R Recaros, which is, that's the mission. But let's see. Old School says, I feel you, George. Winking says, your dog is crazy. Fat chicks help you get the flush look. Cam says, have a dog mat thing in the back of the F-Cades. She's not allowed in the front, but she can sit where she wants in the DC5. That's dope. Old School says, do these seats come with rails included? What brand are they? Let's see. It says, I'm assuming these are the rails. It says notes, racing seat brackets sold separately are required for installation in your specific vehicle. Dual locking slider is included. Before buying these seats, please measure your vehicle and check the seat size to make sure they will fit. But then it says these seats specifically for a 2002 Acura RSX, it says it fits all models. So I don't really got to check my seat. Let's see. Wing says a car full of fat chicks equals adjustable suspension. Oh shit, Wing clowning, son. Gucci Mane, what do we owe this honor, man? How you doing? Yo, what about NRG? I was just talking about, if, you know, for the price of the seats, you know, Recaro is like $1,600 for a set of blue seats, and then these are $350 a pop. That's $700. With the $900 extra dollars, I can get Cusco sidebars and the NRG harness bar and a set of harnesses for virtually just the price I would pay for Recaros. True story. Cam says, got to get back to it, guys. Catch y'all later on. Have a good one, Cam. Wing says, NRG is cheap crap. Well, their seats are garbage. I mean, we're talking about seats, but I'm talking about a harness bar. Like, that's a piece of metal. It's not really the same, you know? There's certain companies that, you know, let's say their seats are not good. I don't like their seats. You can get 2 of their seats for $340, like a set of red DC2 replica knockoffs, basically. And they're like under $400 for both seats. It's definitely, you know, not good. Let's see. Old School says, later, Cam. Have a good one, mate. Wing King says, is that the real Gucci? Oh, snap. Gucci Man says, what's up? And yeah, I was thinking the same. Might get them since I'm on a budget on my DC5. I'd say the NRG seats it's a good price. Like, you know, if you're on a budget and you have like crappy Type S seats that are, you know, just torn to shit, I'm sure it'll be a step up. But like, let's say for a set of those NRG, 2 red NRG seats, it's like $400 for both of them. If you don't have the money to get something better, I feel you. Budget builds, I mean, struggle is real. I get you. But fucking Brom seats, it's like $339 a piece, which is like, you know, just call it $700. I mean, for the extra $300 you're spending, I mean, like, this is a fucking carbon fiber bucket racing seat. You know what I'm saying? Definitely looks, it's carbon fiber too. So, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, you got weight savings. You got, you know, definitely looks a little bit more quality than, you know, an NRG seat. That's just my take on it, you know, because I know when it comes down to recaros being 1,000 to 1,600, sometimes like the blue ones are 2Gs. I mean, that's a used seat too. You got to take into account it's a used seat, so it's kind of weird. Wing King says, "Peace, guys. Later, Wing. Hope you feel better." Old School says, "Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang." George says, "Later, Wing King." Old School says, "Later, Wing." Gucci Man says, "True. Thanks for the advice." Yeah, I just think like the NRG, it doesn't look horrible. It definitely looks like similar to a DC2 red Recaro type seat, but I think the quality is not there, honestly. Like, I think in I think in a year that seat will probably have a lot of bolster wear and just like probably the material tear and stuff like that. It's just, it depends like how far you want to go. If you have like seats that just look like dog shit and you got a low budget, go for it. Try them out, you know. Old School says that Honda tax is real, son, on used Recaros. You're telling me, man. You're telling me. George says, I don't know if I could bring myself to spend that much on sets or seats, even if I had the cash. Yeah, it's I feel you, man. Dude, it's getting to the point now where I'm like second hold on here, so nice, man. Old School says same here, George. Definitely feel you. Yeah, dude. But even like let's say like the K20A. K20A is a mechanical thing. It's a fucking engine. But even at that, I've been debating. I'm like, dude, I was like, it costs $4,300. And literally I can buy like a TSX motor for like a grand maybe. Find one for like a G, 1,200 tops, and do a K20, K24 swap and make a lot more power. But the thing that entices me is the high revs of the K20A. That's like the reason I'm doing it basically. But I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about this budget and stuff. I've been going all out basically, you know, no fucks given. So I guess that's why I'm going K20A. But at the same time, like the seats, it's a catch 22 because I can't find any and they're expensive as fuck. So it's like I can get a brand new seat for like $500 or less, as opposed to getting something that's chewed up bolsters and has like fade and you know, it might be OG, but it doesn't look perfect, you know. Old School said George says I think about it. Old School says I've been wanting a Recaro pole position seat for a while, but dude, they're fucking expensive, even used. Been contemplating on an NRG seat for real because of the price. Yeah, I feel you, man. Well, dude, you said like you only want one. I mean, you could get like a Brom seat for $339. You know what I mean? Like, here, I'm gonna save this so I remember it. It's called the Venom R carbon fiber black red bucket racing seat. Let's see what the fuck else they got. Maybe they got like, I don't know, some different shit. Oh damn, I didn't even take that into account. The Venom R, that's the Venom series. So they sell them in singles or pairs. That's 339. Why do they have two of them? I don't understand. Okay, one's universal, one's vehicle specific. I got you. I got you. Old school says, I already read that, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel you. Iceman's here. What it do, peeps? How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm looking at these Brom seats, Jay. Chris B's here. What up, man? What's good, Shades? How you doing? I saw you fucking playing Fortnite. I was about to hop in there. I saw you playing solos, and I was literally like, dude, I'm so tired. I gotta cash out. Jason said, I'm just calling you Iceman. Fuck this. It's like Justin David having Trouser Rouser and all these names. Fucking oh, by the way, I also unblocked your main account. So if you wanna slide through with your Iceman J Hey, do it. What was I about to say? What do I think of them? Some of them look kind of whack, and then the ones I see, the Venom R series, carbon fiber bucket seat. This one I actually fuck with. It almost kind of reminds me of a bucket version of the it almost reminds me of like the top part right here where the harness holes go through. It almost reminds me of a FK8 seat, kind of. It has like the shape of almost like an FK8 seat, and then you got like the bucket part down here, obviously, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of like a racing version of the FK8C, which is dope, you know, like I think it looks pretty. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of weird. And I mean, for the price, dude, the price $339. I mean, less than $350 a seat. Let's just say $350. That's $700 a set. You know what I mean? Old school says somebody kissed and made up. Shut up. Iceman says, say no more, I'm here. Chris B says, did you pick up that DC5, Iceman? Old school says, yep, I was thinking the same. FK8 for sure. George says, what site is that, duder? I just looked them up through, I typed them in, and I'm looking on Car ID. True story. But yeah, fucking, let's see what other seat brands they have. I mean, I'm just debating, dude. I don't know what the fuck to get anymore. I don't know what to get anymore. Yeah, see, like, I mean, even, yeah, see, okay. Where are we at? Iceman says, what's good, Chris? And no, I haven't looked at it. No, I haven't. I looked at it and everything, but then I told the guy my best offer for it is $500 to $600 and to let me know. So he messaged me today and said, take it for $500, which is, I mean, dude, a rolling shell would cost that much. So, I mean, the car has a motor. The car runs technically. I think it's from what Iceman told me, it has a vacuum leak because it sounds like it's getting retarded on the cam or something like that. You'll be sitting it, you have the car turned on, and it'll sound like it's like, wow, wow, wow. So it's definitely, it's got some kind of vacuum leak or something going on with it. I'd say a vacuum leak because it sounds like you're revving it up, but it's idling. So it's kind of weird. Iceman says, so I might and make it a project slow in progress. And I was talking to Shades and he said to make it a K24. Yeah, for like the 500 he's going to spend on the car. And then he could go to a junkyard and get any K series motor for $500. Like he keeps his eye out for a K24A2 TSX motor or even a Type S motor that might not be fucked up. $500 for the motor, $500 for the car. Then, you know, true story. Who the fuck is that? Somebody just sent me a friend request on PlayStation. Shadowfire777. Who the fuck is that? Is that one of y'all's friends? George says, yo, do you watch those how-to yard vids? They get motors cheap for under $300. Yeah, at certain junkyards, they usually charge like $300, $400, $500. Chris B says Frank Swap for sure. Yeah, Frank Swap would be the baller way to go. But like if he's trying to keep it on a budget, I mean, Frankenstein Swap can get kind of expensive. Having to get 50-degree BTC gear and get, you know, this and that. It's kind of, you know, having to get shimmed oil pump and all that shit. Like, I feel like K24A2 for like what he's trying to do because he's a newer driver. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. If he's trying to keep it on a budget, trying to just get it buttoned up quick and, you know, because I mean, even a K24A2, that's a nasty fucking car. That's better than a Type S all day. You know? I mean, 200 horsepower and 166 feet-pounds of torque. I mean, that's going to be nasty for sure. Iceman says, I was thinking the same. The Frank build. Old School says, yup, that's a come up. Dude, 500 for the RSX is a hell of a come up. Iceman says, nope, not mine. George says, if you pull them yourself, you get them cheap. Iceman says, I want to get it started, building it slowly because I want to be able to take it to H-Day. Iceman says, bolt on K24A2 gutted. Yeah, see, like that's what I'm saying. Like if you just went K24A2, you'd be able to do a Frank swap later. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, you'd get a TSX motor in there and be, you know, good to go. Chronicles of AJ, what's up, man? How you doing? How the fuck are you? Iceman says with some RPF ones. Yeah, most cost-effective, lightweight wheel you can get pretty much. Because if you're going budget, yeah, RPF one's definitely the way to go. Unless you can find a set of nasty Type R wheels. They cost about the same. Me personally, I like the Type R wheel. Just because, you know, you see a lot of people with RPF ones. Nothing wrong with that, but Iceman says, and plus I'm a new driver for manual. I've been practicing at my job with the 2018 Civic SI. Yeah, dude. I mean, Hondas are easy to learn on, but you know, you're definitely not going to want a K24 like Frankenstein, a K20, K24 for your first car. Like you're going to have a stage clutch. And if you're just getting used to driving stick in general and like, you know, getting used to the whole letting off and giving it gas and stuff, like I probably wouldn't suggest a K20, K24 with a stage clutch. That'd be a workout. True story. Because like I had a stage 1 clutch, and going from an OEM to even a stage 1 is definitely a big curve. Gucci Mane says I learned stick on a K20. Yeah, me too. And it's a semi easy car to learn on compared to like a friggin' V8 or something like that, or something with like fucking super springy clutch. But like yeah, exactly. Iceman said I drove the 370Z. That shit would always stall my ass because it has a more, you know, harsher engagement basically. So like compared to an RSX, like you're gonna, if you get a stage clutch for a Frank swap, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. Definitely be stalling. Gucci Mane says first car. Fuck yeah, dude. What color is your DC5? What year? And while you're answering that, I'm gonna get some more coffee. Iceman says springy ass clutch. That shit would just jump on my ass. Yeah, give him more gas. Give him more gas. eat, y'all. Let's see. Old school. So I learned stick in my uncle's. Goddamn, I'll just disappear. I learned stick in my uncle's 70-something Honda Civic when I was like 11 and shit. Iceman says, if I get the DC-5, which I might, I'll start my YouTube channel then. Yeah, buddy. Old school says, Shades, I'm telling you, bro. Just put your chair in the DC-5. Dude, that chair is fucked, dude. It has so much play. Like, see how this is nice and new? This is a new chair, by the way. See? No play. Whole chair is rocking, right? That one in the fucking other room, it's like click, 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 click. It's got like 1.5 inches of play. If I got in a car wreck, I'd be dead. For real, though. And fuck that chair. That chair looks like, that's the thing, bro. Like here, like see this chair? This is made out of PVC, polyvinyl composite or whatever. Look at NRG's seats for $350 for a set. That's the same shit. Like this looks exactly, this is the same PVC. It's not even real leather. You know what I mean? Like it's not real leather. Like if I'm going leather seats, which I'm not going leather seats. You know, I want real leather. I don't want no PVC shit that's gonna start flaking and ripping off. Like that shit ain't no good. I mean, that's why it costs $350 for a whole set of seats. You know what I mean? It's not what you want. If you're not going real leather, you might as well go suede or cloth. Let's see, where are we at? Old school says, yeah, just kidding, homie. I hope so, man. Fuck that. Iceman says, found the hatch and the Type R wing already. That's right. Iceman says, oh shit, the RSX is 2002, just like yours. Yeah, I'll get old Stacy. She's dead to me now. Well, pretty much. Now I'm a 2004 boy. Same era of chassis. Well, not chassis, but you know what I'm saying, trim. 02 to 04. So I've owned the first year, and now I've owned the last year of the Gen 1 RSX, which is weird. Chris B says, I plan on installing a stage 2 clutch and lightweight flywheel once my OEM clutch goes out. Fuck yeah. What brand are you going with? You going like Exetti or Competition or ACT, or what are you doing? Iceman says, wait, Shade, you still got the wing? The blue car came with a real Type R wing. Then the silver car I had Icon Motorsports replica Type R wing, which is a different design. The real one's one piece, all fiberglass. But the Icon Motorsports one's a 3-piece design, which I kind of honestly, not trying to say I like a replica better, but I kind of do, because it has the line. Like you have the pieces on the side, then the bar that goes across, that's all one piece, one piece, one piece. So something about it, I don't know. I just I like the lines in it. It looks like, I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, I got 2 Type R wings essentially. I don't know which one I'll rock, honestly. I just don't know. True story. Iceman says, I'd put a gurney flap in my shit. Oh, dude, I feel you. Password JDM has that Type R wing gurney flap. They have carbon fiber and they have carbon Kevlar. I'm thinking about getting the carbon Kevlar, honestly. It's fucking nasty. Password JDM carbon Kevlar, because it's like that yellow tweedy fiber, you know, carbon Kevlar. But you got a blue car with fucking carbon Kevlar on the back. Oh my God, I want it so bad. I might order that soon. But with the money I save on seats, if I don't get Recaros, I get Brom seats. I'll be able to get the Cusco sidebars, NRG harness bar, and then a pair of Takata harnesses, and then probably have like a couple $100 left over if I can get the gurney flap on the Type R wing. That would be dope. It would definitely be dope. I have to fucking TPO that motherfucker on because like that's the I think gluing it on is the only thing you can do. I would feel so bad. I would feel fucking horrible if it fucking somehow came off, but I don't think it would. TPO is mad fucking. Iceman says, my fat ass probably don't fit in those Brom seats, Naughty. They're big. Yeah, I think somebody could fit in them. I mean, I'm skinny, but I don't know. They look pretty roomy. Coffee. Iceman says the 370 Nismo comes with Recaros, and I fit just right. Well, the thing I like about where the fuck are they? See, like even a Sparko, see, it doesn't matter about Brom versus Sparko. Like obviously Sparko's a bigger brand name or whatever. But like let's say a Sparko R100, even a reclining seat, not the bucket seat, it costs $330. The other one costs $339. So Brom costs more than a fucking Sparko seat even. That's crazy. And something about, you know, your typical R100 series Sparko seat. It's not that like, I don't know how to describe it. It's one, tuna with no crust. But two, it's just, when you look at it, it's not like the best looking seat, honestly. Something about it, I'm just like kind of like, it's okay. It could be the whole two-tone thing. See, that's like straight up fucking Fast and Furious. If it was a solid color, it'd probably work out a little better. And it all just comes down to,
what more do you want from me?
you know what I'm saying? Like, what in the fuck is this shit? OMP TRSX X Series competition. Old school says looks to Ja Rule. I saw that. I seen it. Damn, Takata seat. I didn't even know they made seats. I thought they should harnesses. Fuck. They want to make it in black too. Oh, that'd be choice right there. Old school says that Sparko looks too much Ja Rule. That is a weird ass looking seat. That looks like some deco art shit or something. Damn, this Recaro seat right here. Fuck my life. $1,000 to $2,300, bro. That's ridiculous. What are the product options? Why is this shit 900? Out of stock, of course. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, see, there's your NRG Type R series. You know, it looks like a DC2. I mean, they're not the worst looking seats, but I don't know. I debate them, man. I debate the quality. Says seat quantity, pair. Shell material, carbon fiber. The shell's made out of carbon fiber. They look like they're foam. Maybe I'm wrong. See the Buddy Club seat. $400, 415 to 435. That doesn't look half bad, honestly. The only problem is they don't show you what the red looks like. I'd have to go look at it. It's debatable. It's all debatable. There's your P1 seat. I wish they would show you fucking different colorways, man. Like, why don't y'all show colorways? There you go. But that's the back side of the seat. You fucked my life up. You fucked me over. They fucking with me. Cobra seat. Yeah, honestly, I think if I was going like with a carbon fiber bucket seat type deal, I think the Brom Venomar probably, it looks like an FK8 seat. And for the price of like the cost effectiveness, because I don't see anything else that's wowing me on here. I'm looking through like fucking Buddy Clubs and Sparkos and whatever the fuck Cypher Audio is. You know what I mean? And we're definitely looking through a lot of seats. And I would go Bride, but Brides are just mad expensive. They're weird. Yeah, Iceman says Bride, Low, Max, Evo 2 are nice as well. It's not that they're not nice, dude. They're just mad expensive. I mean, they're more expensive than Recaros, you know what I mean? Like Bride, Low, Max, Evo 2 seats. And it's fucking hard to find. What the fuck are they? Yeah, apparently Brom is they don't even make well, I don't know if they're discontinued or not, but the Bride seats, like I'm not even seeing. Hold on, let's see. Bride Low Max. Yeah, I don't even see that on here. I think the closest thing to what I'm looking for would be like a Euroster. Sounds funny. Something like that, maybe. If I wasn't going bucket. And those are a G a piece. Like, fuck. I can't do that. I just can't. That is a fire looking seat, though. I'm not going to lie. Like the blue specifically looks. Man, those do look fire. Oh, killing me. That's definitely a fire looking seat. Like, I like how it's like one color blue and then darker blue in the middle. That shit would look pretty good. But a G a piece, man. That's cutting it close. How fucked up is it that the normal seat, no heater, cost a G, and then for $11.25 you can get a heated seat, heated Bride seat? Like, what the fuck is that? Kind of bizarro. But yeah, guys, I'm not sure what I'll do. I just don't know. I think for the budget, I think it makes more sense to get a cheaper seat like a Brom than get a fucking used Recaro for like between a G and 2 Gs, man. That's killer on the budget. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not cost. I mean, not everything's about cost effective, but it's like I said, it's a catch-22. It's like, hey, do I just keep waiting for a set of fucking Recaros to come through, and they're probably in dog shit condition? Or do I just say, fuck it and bite the bullet and buy a Brom seat that looks good? I mean, it definitely looks decent, you know? It doesn't look like shit, like NRG seats or something. George says ID. Idaho. Identification. And all I want to know is, where the fuck is Broke Dad's podcast? I'm having Broke Dad Sunday podcast with Draws. And it's 2 hours to the motherfucking recap show. So, hey, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Do your thing. If you're on the West Coast, 8 p.m. every Monday. Do it up. This is the promotion plug. Old School says decisions. Old School says, I know, right? What the fuck? I know, right? What the fuck, to Broke Dad's podcast or to the promotion plug? You gotta shout out. I mean, pretty much everybody that watches my channel watches Honda vlogs too, so there's really no point to giving a shout out at this point. George says, I worry about unforeseen expenses. Yeah, you and me both, bro. Brody. Bruh. I feel you. I worry about labor costs, but luckily that's not necessarily included altogether solely in my budget. Pop was like, look, I'm going to help you out on the budget. You're going to pay me back for that loan. I'm like, sounds good. It's going to take me a lifetime. But yeah, after H Day, definitely getting a job. A little 9 to 5 action. So I'll definitely still be making content and stuff like that. But and I'll probably still be selling stuff on eBay. But eBay has really gotten to the point where it's Chris B says my Sibon wing got delivered to my old address. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. How far away are you? Oh my God, this chick is so beautiful. And she has a K-Swap. Well, she had a K-Swap DC2 and an Evo, and she's gorgeous. Oh my God. I'm just being real. Live video pause. No. Why is it paused? No. I don't understand.
What's up, Instagrammers? Tomorrow I am going to be at the Wakefield track. I just want to...
Why isn't... Yo, shit. Hold on. I just said a live video. Let's see where we at. George says, what do you want to do for a 9 to 5? Something with cars, honestly, like friggin' O'Reilly, Advanced Auto, parts department, Honda or some shit. I have no clue. I really don't know. But something involving cars would be nice. Dude, why is it paused? That's whack. Whatever. People need to get their Instagram A game up. Chris says 30 to 40 minutes away. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Hopefully, wait, if it got delivered to your old address, do you still technically, like, I don't know how to describe it. Is someone else like living in your house already? Or are you like putting your house up for sale, or is it like an apartment, or is somebody jacking your shit right now? Is basically what I'm saying. I'd be super worried. Cybon carbon fiber type R wing. Get your hands off my goodies. Get your hands off my goodies. Chris B says someone is holding it for me. Nice, cool shit. Good stuff. Ooh. Yeah, I don't even think they make the Lomax Evo 2 seat anymore. Unless it's just... like some of them say Lomax because it's like the Lomax system. You know, Lomax is basically the driving position. But the Evo series, I don't see that anymore. Not too sure. Not too sure. Yeah, I'd see that Brahms seat is about as good as it gets for the money. $339, man. You know? What can you do? Like the only other ones that kind of look interesting are the Cypher Auto, but they're reclinable steel tubular. So like I'd much rather have a carbon fiber shell for the weight saving. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is the... I don't even tell you, man. What the fuck is that? Dude, bro. Venom. I wonder how much the seat rail is. Where are we at? Chris says, hola. What up, Chris? How you doing, man? Chris B says, it's all good. My girlfriend's grandma owns the house. Ah, nice. Good shit. George says, I don't think working at an auto parts store would be terrible. Yeah, and getting a discount. I'd be doing it for the discount, honestly. I want my honesty. That's my end game. I want discounts. Chris says, I fuck with Bride only. Well, you got deep pockets, Chris. Or you're buying counterfeits. One of the two. One of the two. Mm-hmm. George says, plus you get to talk cars all day. That's cool. Yeah, wisdom, knowledge, all that. And plus the people up at O'Reilly, dude, I fuck with them. They're super nice cats. It's like got the old guy that's like missing teeth, smokes a bunch of cigarettes, and has a bunch of good stories about the good old days. And doesn't like Hondas, but he likes my Honda, which was hilarious. I was like, I bet you're into like V8s and trucks and shit. He's like, you know it. He's like, I can't fucking stand Hondas, but this one here, man, this is cool. I was like, word. Thank you, man. George says, me in 20 years. Chris says, no, I just love the way they look, man. LOL, I wish I had money to spend on them, but I spent enough money already getting my SI painted. Well, see, let's see what Chris thinks of the seat I'm looking at. I can't find Recaros. That's the update, by the way. You're a little late to the stream, which is fine. I don't mind saying it again. J-Spec didn't get any Recaros in. I don't know when they're getting Recaros in, and they're fucking used, and they look like fucking used, not mint, anti-hunter tuned. So for the $1,000 to $2,000 I'd be spending on a pair of Recaros, about $1,000 for the red ones, or $2,000-ish for the blue ones with shipping from H Motors. You know what I'm saying? Like these seats here, Brahm, $339 a piece. Let's call it $350 a piece. That's $700 for a brand new seat of seats. Let's see what you think of this, Chris. What do you think about this? It almost reminds me of an FK8 Civic Type R seat, but it's a bucket seat. It's a carbon fiber bucket, fixed seat. But honestly, this part right here, the harness holes, that shit to me looks like it's like the top of it's so tall and it's got this shit going on. It reminds me almost of a FK8 seat, but it's a bucket style, or not a bucket, but you know what I'm saying, not reclinable basically. I mean, there's the red one, and they got blue. I think I would probably go with red, honestly, like I was going to. But I think both look, red, blue, red, blue. On the back of it, it's carbon fiber. I don't know if that's real. I'm debating if that's real carbon fiber or just carbon fiber aesthetic. They have a black one too, but that's boring. True story. Let's see. Chris says yes. It almost looks just like an FK8 seat. That's what I'm saying. It's like even better than an FK8 seat, because FK8 seats are reclinable and that's all nice and fine and dandy. But I never fuck with my seat position in my DC5 seats ever. They're always at the same spot. Unless I'm smashing or something. How often does that happen? How often are you clapping cheeks in the car? That's like some desperation shit. Can't go back to your house. You're on the road, can't find a hotel. We're just sleeping in the car. It's time to smash. I've been there. It's all been done. Chris says, no need to overspend on seats. You can do something really nice with your budget. Chris says, I really like that blue. Chris says, I think those are very clean looking, man. It's up to you, though. Well, yeah, I mean, one bride seat would cost way more than having a set of these seats. Old school says, oh, shit, I'll take the black one. Fuck yeah, black's my color, dog. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with black seats. When I say that's boring, I mean, I already had black seats in all my cars. You know what I mean? Getting some red or some blue, I think it would spice it up. Pizzazz, man. Style points, some shit. But yeah, I think with the blue, man, I'd have to just. It comes down to what George was saying. Like, if let's say the car is like Arctic Blue Pearl, which can look, it's a lot darker than that blue. I don't know how it would look with that. You know what I'm saying? I think the black would definitely be more sleek, just like chilled out, toned out, black interior, you know, standard. Nothing wrong with that. It's definitely better than having rip seats. But nonetheless, trying to see about the sliders. How much do the fucking rails cost? Like it comes with dual sliders or whatever the fuck it said. Is this universal or vehicle specific? Project options. Go back right now. Chris B says, I like the black too, old school. Old school says, yeah, the black just looks stealth, just like me. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I already selected a year, make, and model, you fuck. Don't make me beat your ass. Because I will beat your ass. Acura RSX. There you go. Let's see. Chris says, I'd say go blue to be a bit different, but that's just me. Oh, dude, no, I totally like the blue, just the blue seat based on the blue seat. I actually like it almost better than the red, but I'm saying you got a blue car that's one shade of blue, one me of blue. Then you have another one that's a lighter color of blue. I don't know how that's going to look. You know what I mean? It might clash. It might be like, you know, imagine having this blue, like this poster, and then having fucking the color blue of this fucking hat. Like, might not look that great. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Chris B says, what brand were those seats? They're Brahm. And apparently they're not like a shitty company. Places that stock Bride seats and Sparco and all that stuff, like Brahm is actually, seems like it's a pretty decent company. Might not be top of the line like Bride or RECARO or something like that, but it definitely seems like a decent seat company. True story. I think, let's say I get the Brahm seats, $700 for a set. I'm trying to find the interior. Where the fuck are the sliders at, though? That's what I'm saying. Seat brackets. There you go. They don't call them seat rails. They call them seat brackets. Oh, what the fuck is that? Dude, they don't even make Brahm fucking they don't even make Brahm seat bracket like rails. What the fuck is that? That's kind of whack. Old school says red would be best shades for your whip. It would stand out nice with red and blue, just like your fittings on your catch can, Summit racing style. Dude, I didn't even think about that. That's dope. That would be dope. That would be dope. Eminem Honda theme, man. We stole Summit racing. What fucking seat rail or seat bracket would I go with? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. Huh. That's the only thing it's not. Let's see. George Bonnie says, yes, sir. Old School says, because I remember how much you loved that color combo when you got the fittings in. No, I hated it at first. I was like, dude, two-tone red and blue sucks, right? Then I saw it with the M&M Honda accessories and the catch can and the fittings and all that stuff. I was like, dude, this looks dope. This looks like a fucking toy chest. Some circus shit. Chris says, yeah, but everyone and their mom does red seats all the time. I just think it's so played out. Right, but nobody's rocking those Brom seats, you know what I mean? Everyone rocks red Recaros, like DC2, DC5. I feel you on that. But, I mean, think about it this way. Not everyone and their mom has ever done back seats like DC5 back seats converted to red fucking suede. That's going to be something new. Everyone and their moms, well, not everyone and their mom, but a lot of people do the Type R carpet, and their shit looks like crap because they keep their car left-hand drive, or they commit to the right-hand drive and make it look good. But custom red carpet, it's gonna look brand fucking new. You know what I mean? So the car, even though some of the aspects of it might be like everyone and their mom's done it, a lot of things about the car will be very fucking unique. You know what I mean? Chris says, what about yellow seats? That would be dope if you could find a pair of yellow seats, but where are you gonna find those? You'd have to commit to DC2 Recaro seats that are yellow. They'd be used and worn, and they'd probably be close to $3,000 because they're so rare. Like the fucking yellow Recaros, oh my god, they're rare. You just don't see them. And if you do, they're in straight horrible condition. Chris says, true. Old School says, yellow anything sucks, bro. He doesn't like that yellow. If I could find some, I'd rock them, but that's the only way I'd go DC2 Recaro. So if I could find the yellow ones, because they're just fucking insanely rare. Chris says, oh, you're doing your back seats as well? See, I didn't know that. Shit, LOL, that's a game changer. Yeah. Red seats in the front. They were going to be Recaro, but obviously we can't find any. So that's out of the equation. So I'm thinking I'll get the red Brom seats. Much more cost effective. And they look like an FK8 seat, so that's going to be fucking dope. Back seats will be red suede. We're going to take the Type S seats, reupholster them, get them red suede, be all, then custom red carpet, because if we run Type R carpet, it just doesn't look good. One, it's used as fuck. It's all faded. Two, gas tank lever doesn't line up, so you got a hole there. You got to cut a hole on the other side. And three, the footwells don't match up because it's made for a right-hand drive car, so it's going to look funky, you know? George says, wait, hold on. Chris says, no, yellow looks amazing. Old School says, reminds me of Hulk Hogan and all the Hulk Hogan maniacs and brother. Just a yellow bandana with bleach blonde hair. Like, what's up, brother? Fucking smack it to me. Ooh. I feel you, but I do like Phoenix yellow. I'm not going to lie. George says, Broke Dad's yellow is nice. Yeah, it's Phoenix yellow. It's like the only yellow I fuck with. Chris says, I've seen a few in person on a DC2 and 8th gen SI. Fuck yeah. Old School, LOL. Yeah. George says, I'm not crazy about yellow, but it has its place. Yeah, I mean, like, you see like a yellow Ferrari, you see like the Phoenix yellow DC2 Type R. I mean, it's a make or break color. So, I mean, in my opinion, it works for some things, but definitely isn't my first choice of colors for sure. Like, if I was going to get a DC2 Integra Type R, The Phoenix yellow is pretty legendary, but I think the championship white or the Berlina black or whatever, like, I mean, just look at this. It's got its place, you know? It's got its place. Old School says, yellow, anything sucks, but that's me. Nothing against anyone. But yellow? Nah, son. Chris retracted his message. I wonder what you said. Old School says, yellow has no place in my life. I give no fucks. I take it you're not a big lemon banana fan. Chris says, yeah, I get you. I'm just saying yellow looks amazing as far as an accent color on some cars, as far as the interior and exterior is concerned. Be y'all. And I want to call these motherfuckers up and be like, yo, what fucking seat bracket do I run with this Brom? I wonder, okay, weird question. Do you guys think I could modify my seat rails on my Type S seats to fit the Brom seat? Do you think it's possible? I would assume so. Chris says you're missing the overall look, man. Nah, Old School's just got his opinion, man. We're all entitled to our opinion. He don't like yellow. Whatever. Chris B says, we don't need your yellow banana stickers. George says, yes, LOL, probably. Old School says, don't want to hear it. Yellow is whack because I'm not yellow. You call me yellow, son? Jamar Turner, yo, what's Gucci? How you doing, man? So, Jamar, seeing as you just got here, can't find any recaros, man. And for the price and the used condition, we are fucked, you know? Can't find any red ones. J-Spec doesn't have any. The container had none. It's bullshit. And for the money, spending between $1,000 and $2,000 for a set of seats. I mean, these Brom seats. Just tell me what you think of this, Jamar. What do you think of Brom seats? This shit looks like a Civic Type R FK8 seat. It's a carbon fiber fixed back seat, no reclining. I don't ever recline my seat, but what do you think of that, man? Would you fuck with that seat? Chris says yes. Old School says just kidding. Chris says I have no clue. George says lemonade is pretty good. Let's see what Jamar says. I gotta take a piss. Let's see. Jamar says, I like it, but you said limited adjustments. Yeah, well, the reason I don't really care about that is because I never really, my seat, I always keep it in one spot. I'm not going to lie. Old School says, like Shade said, whatever. I ain't tripping. God, why's the chat keep disappearing? That shit's so annoying. Fix your shit, YouTube. Chris says, look into all the reviews before ever buying anything. George says, dude, I'd look at your rails, but I bet you can make them work. Jamar says that carbon fiber. It is carbon fiber shell. Each seat weighs like 20 pounds, something like that, which isn't that bad. Old School says lemonade is great and yellow as well. Chris says, I don't care if others hate that color because it's your opinion and yours alone. No hate. I also like purple accents on cars as well. Purple. It's purple. Jamar says it's made for 4-point harnesses. Yeah, well, I'd be getting some 4-point harnesses because with the extra money, let's say you're looking at blue recars, they're like 2 G's a set, man. $16.99 plus $100 per seat for shipping. That's $1,800 just rounded up to 2. And then red recaros, if they have them in town, they're about $1,200, and they're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not a brand new seat. So let's say these are $339 a pop. Just call it $350. They're $700 for a set after shipping, probably. You know. So with that extra $1,000, I can get Cusco sidebars. I can get fucking NRG harness bar and a pair of Takata harnesses for the same shit. Let's see. Chris Millington says, damn, only 20? Only 20 for what? I don't remember saying 20. Jamar says you get what you pay for. Oh, definitely. But thing about Brahm is like it's not like NRG necessarily. Like an NRG seat, you can get a set of seats for like $350. Like those are straight cheap. You know what I mean? And if you're going like with like a pseudo leather, like a PVC type seat, those are straight dog shit. That's like these computer chairs. You know what I'm saying? The shit will peel off. It's definitely not what you want. If you're going leather, get real leather. Chris Millington says, do pink shades. Old School says, no. Purple? What? I only smoke purple. Just kidding. No hate. Chris says, very true. George says, pink is the black. Chris says, LOL. George says, oh, pink is the new black. Fuck that. Black is the new black. How about that? Jamar says, did you ever find the leak? Yeah, it's a combination, man. It's coming through, I'd say, the shitty, dude, I'm pretty sure whoever put that car together, because I think it's had one fender bender, and it was a rear one, possibly. I'm not sure. But whoever fucked with the inside the trunk, because they clearly fucked with something. I think that epoxy, the sealer in the seams that goes around the back of the trunk, they either used the wrong kind or they improperly applied it. Because, dude, I can take my fingernail and just like chip it out. You know what I mean? So it's definitely those holes they drilled and put gum epoxy in or tub filler or whatever the fuck it is. And then the actual around the perimeter epoxy, it's all got to go. And the taillight gaskets and probably bumper fitment. But the way Cam explained it to me, the bumper fitment shouldn't have anything to do with it. So it's probably the taillight gaskets and the epoxy. That's what I think. And by the way, thanks for suggesting that, because that was definitely a good R&D troubleshoot. Chris says, do you turn purple when you hit it? Old School says always. He gets that Willy Wonka shit, you know. He eats the chewing gum, turns into a blueberry or whatever. Old School says, always laugh my ass off. Chris says, NRG sucks dick. They do not last. Haha, nice. Very nice. Old School says, if you don't, then you ain't hitting it right. That's true, man. That's true. Let's see what they say about... Let's see like Chris said, always check the product reviews. Well, out of 4 reviews, because obviously I'm sure not a lot of people are buying seats from Car ID. 4 reviews. It's got 4.6 stars out of 5 between 4 reviews. So you never know. That could be bad news. But first review, 5 stars, says this seat feels like a much more expensive seat than it really is. Easy install and great look. This was somebody posted by Connor in Middle Island, New York, February 7th, 2018. Let's see. This next one was a 4.3 out of 5. A big step from stock. I had 25-year-old seats in my car that would ruin my back. I work 12-hour shifts and dance a lot. The fuck? So I had to make a change. I've been eyeing Braum for a while now, and come Christmas time, they had a little sale. So I got these because the 2-seat combo I wanted sold out. I'm glad they did because these are fucking badass. They have a simple color design, but they use a very nice quality cloth. The butt cheek and the butt cheek and shoulder blade have an interesting and expensive feeling texture to them. Surprisingly, the most visually appealing part of the seat is the rear, which I have this carbon fiber wrap that looks good and is nicely textured. First thing I noticed when I sat in them is how planted I felt. I'm pretty slim, around 32 waist, same waist size. Well, no, I'm probably like a 30. So I have a little wiggle room, but these seats hug nicely in sharp corners. These are also as comfortable as they look, and my back problems are gone. Installation was a little confusing, no manual, but I found a YouTube video to help me out. I would buy these again for the passenger and any next coming project. A great seat for the price. The packaging was also pretty cool. Posted by Eric in Riverside, California, a year ago. Beyond. And the next one's shorter. Braum race seat. Very comfortable seat with lots of support. Fits in my C5 Z06 Corvette. Was perfect. Only complaint is there's no instructions to install the seat sliding bracket. Took several tries to mount it correctly. Braum says, comfortable seat with lots of support. Only reason I rated this 4 stars instead of 5 is because it came with no instructions on how to mount the slides to the seat, and there was no mounting bolts from the slides to the seat bracket. Oh, very interesting. Well, it makes me wonder, can I make my stock Type S seat bracket work? That's really what it comes down to. I guess I could figure it. I could, try it out and see if it works. Say fuck y'all, bitch. Chris says, damn, man, if I fucking won that lottery last week, I would have loved to buy all you guys a bunch of shit for your cars or whatever the hell you wanted. Jamar says they're full race seats. Yeah, definitely. It's a fixed back seat, but I don't recline my seat ever. I'm not like, one of those people that's doing like, well, I can't recline the seat anymore. This is a fixed back too. But, laying back doing a 180 or some shit. Let's see. Old School says, I would too as well, man. Real talk. Old School says, I feel you, Chris. Would do the same. Real talk. Chris says, yeah, it was $1 billion. But I forgot how much one of the winners got. I think it was like 60 million or more. But yeah, I could help out a lot of people. What type of fun with that type of funds? Oh yeah, definitely, dude. It's more money than any of us could spend in our lifetimes, unless we're gonna like buy a country or some shit. Buy multiple countries with $1 billion. It's fucking ridiculous. George says, yeah, probably. Yeah, probably what? Chris says, thumbs up, smoke weed, shades weight. That's what all those emojis mean now. Thumbs up, smoke weed, shades weight. Wish you could ask them questions. Man, fucking highlight that shit. You know my note. I'm gonna beat your ass. Y'all let's see Shades Weight Rage. In-house experts. We know our products. Wow, that shit hurts. Bro, I'm not trying to watch a video. I'm trying to fucking get customer service. Live chat. There you go. Thank you. Hey, they're actually connecting me to a live chat with a sales rep. Where are we at? George says you could adapt your rails. It probably won't be that hard. That's what I meant. Gotcha. Good to know. Chris says, bring a trailer full of race cars up the Shade's house at like 3 a.m. Knocks on the door. Hey, bro, got you some shit. Oh my God, dude. Just like cop me a right-hand drive EK9 Civic Type R, a DC2 Type R, and a DC5 Type R. Just like roll through with 3 whips. I mean, even 1 whip would be dope. But he just has a trailer, fucking starts unloading cars. Let's see. Old school says laugh my ass off. Chris says and just call an Uber and leave. Oh my God, I'd be scared. I'd be like scared. I'd be like, is this the fucking feds, man? What the fuck? You like try to get in one and like you just like start like let's say the keys are on top or something, or like the keys are in my mailbox or something. Just like press the unlock button and the fucking helicopters come in. SWAT team vans. Get away from the fucking Hondas. What? Let's see. Old school says Shades would have the biggest heart on for sure. Car boner engaged for sure. George says Shades, do you know why Broke Dad didn't stream last night? Dude, he's like missing in action because I tried to text him on or send him a message on Instagram. I was like, no live podcast tonight? And it was ironically, I wasn't playing Fortnite. I checked out of Fortnite. I was like, if you have about 5 to 8 minutes, I will put you on hold and look into this. But yeah, I tried messaging him. No answer. 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2. That makes 10. We're getting answers, guys. Yeah, because I think honestly, the more I look at these seats, these Brom seats, for the money, dude, you can't go wrong for the money. It's not a lot of money wasted. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not $1,600. Let's say we buy their cars and those fuckers start falling apart or something, or they get even more wear on them. I've got to spend another friggin' $1,000 getting them reupholstered or some shit. That wouldn't be fun. That would be a waste of money. What a weird window of time frame. If you have about 5 to 8 minutes, I will put you on hold and look into this. Chris says, oh yeah. But wait, there's more. I'd do that to all y'all fools. LOL, that would be awesome. George says, hell yeah, I want a TSX. Old school says, yeah, that would be the shit. Chris says, yeah, I like the TSXs 06 and up. That's when the cams get good, man. 06 and newer TSX cams. Like, I want a pair of those for my, well, I guess to a degree, I don't need those because I'm getting a Type R motor, so there's not really much to gain from there. Type R cams where it's at. But if you have a K28 06 newer TSX cams, that's how you get it done. Chris says, I love me some new TLs as well. Old School says, I'll take a 93 GSR, a 92 Honda Prelude, SI, 89 Civic EF hatch, and a DC2 Type R Championship white. Oh, yeah. That'd be a good little stable of cars, man, for real. I'm trying to think. I would have, if I could pick, like, how many did you pick? You picked 1, 2, 3, 4. I could pick my fucking top 5 Hondas. If any USDM or JDM or whatever, they'd probably all be JDM, honestly. But DC5 Type R, that's definitely number 1 choice. EK9 Civic Type R, number 2 choice. DC2 Type R, number 3 choice. Then right-hand drive Del Sol would be pretty dope. Do something crazy with that. Put a B16B in it. Or let's see, what else? Trying to think. It's hard. It's a hard last one to choose. I'm not sure. I'd say some type of Prelude, just because Preludes are underdogs now. Like the BB6. Nobody has those, man. I don't get it. When I went to Honda Day, there was less than 5 of them. Out of all the Civics and RSXs and Integras and EK hatches and EG hatches and EJ1s and all that stuff, Prelude was the underdog. BB6. Ugh. George says, same here, TO. Chris says, very nice cars, people. And he says, I'd love an SIR as well. George says, I dig the Prelude. Oh, CRX, too. CRX would be a dope car to have. I've always liked the boxiness of a CRX. It's definitely a cool car. Especially if you K-swap or do something crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Jim said. I'm waiting, Jim. He said 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, motherfucker. He said 5 to 8. 9:52, where you at? Old School says, take it back. I'll just keep mine and go full restoration mode on mines. Chris says, I've seen only 2 my whole life. Seen 2 what? Preludes? Damn. Prelude was the first car I ever raced against. My buddy in high school had one. Good old 2000 black SH Superior handling model. You guys want to know what driver mod is? You ready for driver mod? So him and I would race each other. I'd race my RSX stock against his stock Prelude SH. So I'd beat him in my car. Then you ready for a mind blower? We would switch cars. I'd let him drive my car, and I would drive his SH. and I'd still beat him. Oh, drops the mic, walks away. That's right. I already fucking told you the year, make, and model of my car. Chris says old school. I'd show up with a truck full of them to your house. Old school says 90s Preludes are dope. EF Hatch, EK9 Type R, DC2 Type R, and of course a DC5 Type R. Oh, real man. All the Type Rs. Except for the FK8. That car, it just has a new feel, man. I just can't get down with it. I think the seats are comfortable. I think it has pretty interior. But it just has that. It doesn't have a fucking parking brake, man. It doesn't have a volume knob. I mean, it's just missing the essential old school aesthetic. Sure, it's got 306 horsepower. Meh. Horsepower would mean everything. Old school says, now that would be dope. Chris says, old school, I'd buy you an 08 Civic SI modded as well. Chris B says, my first car was an 89 Prelude SI. That's dope. Chris says, you'd love it. I don't understand why this dude made me wait 8 minutes and then comes back to say, I appreciate your patience while holding. Could you please provide me with the year, make, and model of your vehicle? That was the first thing I said. Scroll up before he even told me to wait. I said, I had a question about these Brahms seats for my 2002 Acura RSX. Sure. And I say, I see they come with a dual slider, but no seat rails. My question is, will my stock seat rails work with the Brahms seats? The item number is yada yada get fucked. If you have 5 to 8 minutes, I'll put you on hold and look into this. That's fine, no problem. Thanks for the assistance. Comes back and says, I appreciate your patience while holding. Could you please provide me with the year, make, and model of this vehicle? I am a robot. What's your favorite band? I'm a robot. Motherfucker. These are fighting words. Old school says shit. I take it as well. Chris says, damn, you're a lucky man. Chris says, I'm sure that was a very special car. George says, it's got to be a common question. You know what I'm saying, George? I'll probably be here until it's 9:53 right now. I guarantee I'm not getting an answer until at least 10 o'clock. God damn it. What is this shit? When you run out of coffee, drink your tea. Oh, wait, I still have coffee. God damn it. Whew. Ugh. That's a whole nother taste palette, going from lemony tea to fucking bitter ass coffee. Chris says, I absolutely love the 8th gens. They're the last of the real SIs, because after the 8th gen, they stopped making the K20. But what do you mean? What about the 9th gens? They come with the K20. What are you talking about? FB6s came with the K20. Andre says, yo. What's up, man? How you doing? Andre, man, we're just waiting on some question to be answered. Do these Brahms seats work with the stock Type S seats, seat bracket, seat rail? Chris says, is it a robot talking to you, Shades? Most likely. Trying to say it's live chat. Should call it live aimbot. George says they got the K20. No, that's the 10th gen. 10th gen's got the K20C. FB6 still came with a K20Z motor. This motherfucker just, oh my God, it took him 5 minutes to, took him 5. I said that again, it's a 2002 Acura RSX at 950. Motherfucker took 5 minutes to reply back. I appreciate it. One moment, please. Let's see. Let's see. Chris Melton says not K20, it's a K24. Oh, do they? I didn't even know that. That's how much I don't know about Civic SIs. I thought it was K20Z style, like the 8th gen. Never mind. Andre 1901 RSX says random, but is it pointless to get the BR rev limiter if I'm gonna run K-Pro? Some people may claim that, dude, but a BR slaps way harder than K-Pro's reps 2-step. Because you can't, I'll tell you this much. Unless you're getting like tuned perfectly for your setup, the 2-step or anti-lag or whatever the hell you want to call it, in K-Pro, it's not like out the box. You're not going to be able to like shoot a flame. You're not going to be making machine gun backfires and shit like that. The BR, I've heard one in person on a Prelude. Dude, there's nothing like it. I hands down will tell you that. BR is like for the $270, that thing is nasty. I mean, it has those three. You have your stationary, your in motion, and then you have your gain. If you crank up the gain all the way, you're gonna be shooting fucking flames out the back of your car. Like, enter any 2-step competition with a BR system set up right, and it's gonna be ridiculous. Okay, Jim answered back. He said, the Brom Venom R series carbon fiber with blue cloth bucket seat also has the planted technology driver side seat bracket. These would fit your Acura RSX 2002 to 2006. This mounts to the OEM seat rack location. I just sent you an email with a link to this item in your cart. If you have any other questions or are ready to order, you can process this order through a direct link. Thanks for the assistance. What? Dude, I ought to smack the shit out of you. That didn't answer my question, you fuck nut. Oh my god. Dude, I'm about to smack this dude. What the fuck? Oh my god. Old school says, what's the 2-step for anyway? Well, 2-step is for launching, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it's for. So you can find the right spot to launch. So you have perfect launches every time. Because eventually I am going to take the car to the track, you know what I mean? It's a daily driver car, but I will at some point take that car on a drag strip and have a fuckload of fun. That's so fucking annoying. Let's see. Old School says, you ain't drag racing, are you, Shades? And that shit sounds annoying as fuck, too. But just saying, well, you can turn it on and off as you want. You know, it's more for just like if you're going to a car show and they have a two-step competition, a BR is going to smack the shit out of everybody. I'm trying to win those awards, bro. George says, I love this crew. Get called on my bullshit. Andre says, to shoot flames, bro. That's just a bonus. It's just like hilarious seeing a flame come out of the back of your car. Chris says, it's a Z, but K24 Z7 motor for 2012 to 2015. Old School says, like old school hot rods did back in the day. Exactly, man. Andre says, at Old School, what's the point of any mod that doesn't I can't even talk. At Old School, what's the point of any mod that doesn't add actual power? It's just a self-pleasure type thing. Old School says, shooting flames and shit. George says, he knows. Andre says, could I run both? I want K-Pro gains, but I watch BR videos, and it's insane in terms of the anti-lag. Yeah, you should. There should be no problem with that. Because this whole thing about the BR system, it's cutting ignition timing. It's not dumping fuel. Dumping fuel is like highly not what you want to do because it's dangerous for your motor. Starve your motor of fuel, right? So cutting ignition timing is the safe way to do the fucking crazy loud two-step and shooting flames and all that shit. True story. Chris says, blah. Blah. All right, so yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that bot. So basically, man, that's bullshit. See, now, that's so annoying, dude. That's like really annoying. That makes me mad. Okay, so the Brom seat's $339. Then the fucking slider, I have to buy this seat bracket for $140. That tax is on another fucking $140, man. What's this shit called? Planted Technology. That would be the one. Dude, they are such liars. There's no way that shit works in my car. Well, maybe. No, wait, actually, I take that back. It does work. Be the back side. That would be the front side. Interesting. Let's see. Chris says that's the fun. Andre says I'd have to splice the BR onto the new K-Pro ECU. You do know about the K-Pro ECU, though, don't you? I'll show you. Show you a little secret. Fuck, I don't have a screwdriver in here. Hopefully these are not tight enough to... Yeah, there we go. I didn't tighten them all the way. Show you a little secret. I don't know if you popped open your K-Pro yet. Any day now. See, a screwdriver is the way to go, but I didn't tighten this. God damn it, come on. Ow, fucking hurts. Slowly but surely. One moment, please. One moment, please. 3 down, 1 to go. Show you a little secret, Andre. You don't have to splice. Splicing doesn't seem like, you know, it's not as scary as you think. if you look at your K-Pro board, these right here, let's give you a up close and personal look. These little prongs right here, like these, imagine each of these. You see all these little thingies, little prongs. First one's ground, second one's output, input, what is that? Ignition, TX, RX, CANL, CANH, ethanol, vehicle speed sensor. Then this one up here, these are AN0, AN1, AN2, AN3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ground, and another ground. So all you gotta do is get your K-Pro box, the box your K-Pro came in. And look what comes with it. Comes with a little piggyback harness. So all you gotta do is plug that shit in. Like that. So look, now you got all your shit. You know what I mean? Each one of these wires is ground. You could set these bitches up to whatever you need to. So like, let's say this red wire right here is all the way at the end. This would be your new vehicle speed sensor input. Or, let's say the white wire. The white wire would be ethanol system. All that shit. And it comes with 2 of them. So that gives you an idea. True fucking story. But yeah, it's not as hard as it seems, man. Splicing something in, a wire, get a butt connector, you're good to go, man. Seems a lot more work than it is, but imagine if you had to solder one of these wires to some shit in here. That would be a tricky situation. And it's still, even at that, it wouldn't be that impossible. It'd just be, you wouldn't want to fuck anything up on your board. Where are we at? What did I miss? George says it took like 15 minutes for him to come up with that shit. Old School says, oh, I know what two-step is, but don't see the need for it if you ain't dragging that bitch down the 1320. No hate. Well, I mean, if you're racing anywhere, man, even off the stoplight, like two-step's definitely gonna help you. And not to mention you're getting K-Pro anyway for tuning your system. So I just realized my shit's all zipped in. But you know what I'm saying? You're getting the K-Pro anyway, so you can tune your vehicle. I mean, two-step's just like basically like a nice option to have. It's an extra bonus. You know what I mean? Chris says Old School, but we would look cool like we're in the Fast and the Furious movies. That's not why I'm getting a VR. I'm getting it for the sound, dude. If I'm up against somebody at the stoplight, some Mustang that's like, oh, nice race rocket. Turn that VR system on and be like, da, 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 da. The motherfuckers be deaf before they could even fucking launch. Should be funny as fuck. George says, but the anti-lag does you no good if you don't have a turbo. Well, that's what I was saying about anti-lag versus two-step. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. Like somebody said that, like Wing King was saying, they're the exact same. They're not really the exact same. One's for turbo, one's for NA. Old School says, hey, that's all that matters in the end. I give a fuck about looking cool, though. Facts. George says, which makes you look cool. Chris says, yup, LOL, then we can both launch, but only going a max speed of like 30 miles per hour while cars are making all kinds of loud ass noises and pops, banging while punching through gears. Andre says, helped a lot. I'm definitely getting the BR system and hooking it up to my K-Pro then. Andre says, look up. BR system shoots actual gunshots. Dude, yeah. Literally sounds like an AK-47. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's totally, to a degree, I feel old school. It's completely unnecessary, but it's like $250. I mean, what the hell can you buy for $250 that makes a hell of a lot of difference performance-wise or even aesthetic-wise for a car? I mean, it's that extra wow factor. I mean, BR is like some straight Japan shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not exactly like Nardi made it or fucking, you know, steering wheel company or something like that. Like that's all BR is known for, is their ignition cutting systems. George says they are not the same. Yeah, that's what I was saying, but apparently some people didn't agree with me. Chris says, yeah, I've heard that shit before. It's amazingly loud. George says, that's cool, Andre. Chris says, I got a two-step setup, but my shit's not that. That's what I'm saying. I got a two-step setup, and it's just like, da 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 da. No. If you wanna get you know, a fucking borderline flame / a really loud like two-step, just setting up, you know, let's say like I was running a tweaked version of the Reflash number 4, the cold air intake dyno tune. You got to get a tuner to basically set up your stationary in place air fuel ratio and, like, you know, dump fuel basically. I think you can do ignition timing, maybe. Like your launch control can be ignition based or fuel based, or ignition and fuel based, maybe. But honestly, that's a little beyond me because fucking, you know, you gotta know how to tune K-Pro to do that. Like really tune it. Man, fuck this lady. Let's see. Andre says, yup, I'm going to use it to wake up people off their phones at stoplights. That's awesome. Hey, Andre, you want to see my new license plate? You'll probably get a kick out of this. One for my new car, my new DC5 I'm building. Because I lost my other one in a flood, because I've never seen you on the channel before. Got a brand new license plate frame. Like, not the frame, but the license plate background. Look what we got. Eyes on the motherfucking road. And that's a brand new plate. This is the newest plate they came out with. And I thought it looked dope as fuck because this is an anti-texting and driving license plate frame. I didn't even know that. I just thought it looked cool. Eyes on the road. But yeah, anti-texters. Fuck texting. If anyone runs in my car, I'm gonna be like, you see the license plate? You fucking idiot. True motherfucking story. George says they are really good. Vids on the differences. Vids on the differences of what? Old school says, if I want to hear gunshots, I'll just pull out the piece and dump, son. If I had one, because I don't. I'm surprised you don't, old school. Got fools coming around, trying to jack your DA9. Oh no. Oh no. Chris says, shoot them with the 5.56s. 7.62 hollow point full metal jacket. Sir, the private's rival's name is Charlene, sir. Movie's fucking trip. That movie is a motherfucking trip. Yeah, 7.62. That's it. What'd I say? 7.63? I fucked up. You know I fucked up. Chris B says it's a pretty sick license plate. Dude, I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm more happy with the license plate than I am with my car. Not gonna lie. Dude, something about a car. Old school says, is that Full Metal Jacket? It is. That motherfucker is losing his shit. Private pile. Chris says I should give you some DOT safety tape to put all over your car shades. Then nobody can say they didn't see you, bro. Good God. Dude, like I have this like fucking paranoid OCD of like if anyone gets remotely like I'm at a stoplight and they pull up super close to me, I'll just start honking my horn. I'll be like, back your shit up. The fuck away. Make sure they don't hit me. Because it comes down to that shit they taught you in driver's ed. If you pull up behind someone and you can't see their tires, you're too fucking close. You know what I'm saying? Stupid motherfuckers. Let's see. Chris says, LOL. Old school says, dope fucking movie. Kubrick is the shit. Yeah, Stanley, man. Made some crazy ass movies. Fucking 2001 Space Odyssey. Fucking I think what the fuck else. Trying to think of the essentials, man. Fucking God, those are the main two. Full Metal Jacket, 2001 Space Odyssey. Then he had, oh my God, I know I'm forgetting some. He had that one with fucking Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise that was fucking weird as shit. Like a couple and they're like cheating on each other and doing all kinds of crazy shit. What was that shit called? Eyes Wide Shut or something? What? Man, I feel like I'm missing. Oh shit, Broke Dad just went live right now. What the fuck?
To our sponsor, this fabulous podcast, our sponsor, the Carlson Block Artisan Pizza, 531 Church Street, Wilkeson, Washington. For all you Northwesterners that live in the great Pacific Northwest, the Emerald Isles of this United States. You got to make sure you get out to
Wilkeson. The movie of truth. That's why I got took out.
Fly-ass pizza. It's thrown together by my brother, my blood, my kin. And check out the website, carlsonblock.com, designed by yours truly.
It's kind of a random time.
Tell me it sucks.
It's not 11
I'll tell you this, though. I got some Google Analytics up on that joint, and we are doing pretty good. I'm all new to this whole, analytics on the internet, but from what I can tell, we're doing pretty good. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, though. This weekend was a crazy weekend for the car. I went nature sightseeing this weekend unexpectedly on Saturday on the mountain. I'm going to talk about that here in a few minutes.
Stream within a stream.
Mission Impossible 7, I think it is now. Fallout. I think it's Mission Impossible Fallout. Saw that this weekend. Got a little date night with the wife. For all you married.
Chris says, "Yup, always remember the world is a hole it's told." Absolutely.
Get some alone time with your boo. But it's Mission Impossible for me not to love those movies, and I will go into why I love those movies so much. But really, I think why I have people listening to this right now is they want to know about what the hell is going on with that car. because it was a
Says, let's watch
crazy,
his stream through your
crazy
shakes.
weekend. I went today and had some estimates done.
Can you guys hear it okay?
Talked to some body shops. So I'm definitely going to be needing some advice from the listeners. Haven't made any hard and fast decisions yet. I got a lot of things going around in my mind right now. Not only with respect to the car, literally specifically to the car, but how funny life can be sometimes. I talked to this with my wife yesterday on our ride back from the movie theater about, whether she believed in things happening for a reason. Does everything happen for a reason? And is everything just coincidence or chance, or is there predestination? In some respects, is a predestination. We'll go deep right off the bat about this, because this is kind of what played into to Saturday. And for those that don't know what happened on Saturday, I'll just give you the quick summary up front while I get into this predestination talk, and then we'll go deeper into actually what happened. But within 5 minutes of even getting up the mountain, heading up to Seven Cataracts, I was struck by a mule deer. I believe it was a mule deer, but it was a deer nonetheless. It was a hooved beast. God's wrath, Mother Nature, the Pachamama, as they say in the Incan and Aztec times. The Pachamama raised up, threw this fucking beast at the side of my car, and did some serious damage, actually, based on those estimates that I got today that we're going to talk about. So it was a crazy weekend. But let's talk about predestination. You know what? Let's just talk about what happened.
He's not going to respond.
Predestination, because there's kind of a flow to that story. So, as you guys know, I've been working over the last month or so to get the Integra, the DC2, Becca, however you want to refer to it. My wife calls it the rusty banana. Getting it ready to do something with it. I was sick and tired of it just not running it, but I've been doing suspension work, getting it set up so I can go ahead and actually enjoy the car for what it is, as opposed to just pushing it back and forth to work twice a week. I can actually get it on the mountain.
Chris says it's stream movie night with shades. The one movie we won't get copyrighted for.
The Togay, not the two. The Togay, and your Mount Akina, your Mount Akagi, the Red Suns, the Night Kids, all that stuff, and that's what it's there for, man. Dom Toretto lived his life a quarter mile at a time, into that drag stuff, but he wasn't into the Naira circuit like Oscar was. Oscar was getting into that Naira circuit, according to him, with his spoon engines and shit. Me, on the other hand, I couldn't care less about living my life a quarter mile at a time. I couldn't care less. Me, it's the mountain. Maybe occasionally I hit the track, but as you guys know, I've been getting the car ready to head up Mount Lemmon, specifically with the Seven Cataracts, the Windy Point section. That's, to me, the greatest section. So I set out Saturday morning, got up around 4:40, 4:35. My goal was to be at the point, to be at Seven Cataracts by sunup.
He said it.
Because I thought it'd be great for video. It's quiet up there. No bicyclists, very few cars. I'm liking some wildlife. So I stop at the Circle K, where Bill and Ted's first, Bill and Ted, S. Preston Esquire and Theodore Logan ran into George Carlin and his creepy. Was it George Carlin? Pretty sure it was George Carlin. In his interstellar telephone booth. For those of you that know that reference, you need to look at Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But anyway, so I was at the Circle K where weird things happened, and I picked myself up a Monster to fuel me up the mountain as I listened to the Initial D soundtrack. And was behind a Ford F-150, unfortunately. I caught up to him before we even got to the road that headed up the mountain. It's called Catalina Highway. Once we got onto Catalina, started heading up the mountain, speeds were pretty relative. I mean, I was probably going maybe 35, maybe 40. Nothing crazy. Wasn't running it by any means. And as you come up around this corner, we're not even near the first trailhead yet. So for those that aren't familiar with Mount Lemmon, from the base to the summit, you're looking around 25 miles, which is pretty long. So it takes you a while to get to the very top. At the very top, there's Summerhaven, which is a small town. Got some restaurants. That's a ski lift, believe it or not, here in Tucson. It's open for like a week a year, but it's beautiful up there. It feels like you're not in. It feels like you're more back in Washington State when you get up to that elevation of almost 10,000 feet. So I'm coming around that corner, heading up towards the first trailhead, and this fucking deer, man, comes out from my left. I kind of catch him in my peripherals, and I'm assuming he tried to jump the backside of the car. Obviously, he didn't want to hit me head full on, without trying to make some type of evasive maneuver. So I think he tried to jump, but that kid is not obviously an Olympic high jump athlete. So he actually obviously clipped the backside of the car. And, quite a bit of contact. Shook the car pretty good. I pulled over pretty immediately and got out. You guys saw from the footage on YouTube. Got out. Deer was nowhere to be found. My guess is either he broke his legs and fell down kept falling down the side of the mountain, or he survived and he's out there telling stories about how he fucked up a JDM legend on Mount Lemon. Piece of shit. But I got out. The initial damage I saw was obviously the spoiler, the obvious benefactor, if you will, of the brunt of the force of this beast, this fucking monster that fangs. Eyes were glowing red as it was coming for blood towards the Integra-Type R. Maybe zeroed in on the color of it, perhaps.
Bourbon.
It saw Phoenix yellow and it just like a fucking tractor beam went in straight forward. I don't know. Either way, kept up the mountain. I went up the mountain a little bit further. Then I decided the smart thing to do would be to turn around because I was worried that the spoiler would just give out and I would lose it or it would cause further damage to the car. And I didn't want to do that, right? So I said, fuck it. I turned around at Molino Basin, which is like the first major stop, maybe to less than 10 minutes up the mountain. And I hoofed it back down, which you guys got some good. I got some good footage of the way down. The car sounded fucking amazing. I got to give it this. As much as I was disappointed with how the morning went, that little preview, the little taste of the car was just absolutely breathtaking. Like that B18 up there, the suspension felt awesome. So to shout out to Zach, he'll never hear this, but shout out to a guy named Zach at the alignment shop at Brake Max who hooked me up with the alignment. He did a great job. The car was just a peach, man. I can't say that enough how good it was for the short bit that I actually was able to run it. And
Chris's deer.
So awesome to that. So on the way back, I stopped at Starbucks. At this point in my mind, I'm kind of playing through the different scenarios of what's going to happen with the car, right? I mean, I'm already thinking, okay, well, shit. I was already planning on going in, to get the rust resolved, but now I got this other issue to worry about. How am I going to handle it? And I did that quick live stream as I got off the mountain, kind of talking, just kind of saying, hey guys, this is just what happened. Get to Safeway, give a shout out to the young homie Nate, who has a nice DC5, who works there in produce, man. He slangs the produce grinding. Talked to him a little bit about what happened. I went over to grab some Starbucks. And this is where I think, I don't believe in predestination in all respects, but I think sometimes God,
old school says,
there's a phrase called the wink
that
of
bitch
the
was
gun.
screaming, scared the shit out of the
It's
hook
like someone gives you a wink and they kind of give you a gun and they kind of wink at you and give you a little shot. I think cosmically, you get those signs every now and then. Like for me, there's certain signs where, let's say I get in the car and I turn on the radio and it's a song that means a lot to me and it's playing immediately as I get in the car. I think to myself, okay, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be at this moment, right? I know you guys have probably had those experiences before. It may feel kind of eerie, like if you watch The Matrix, they say like the woman in the red dress is a glitch in The Matrix or something like that. Well, sometimes I think that there are certain signs where you're maybe perhaps in the Matrix, but in a good way. I don't know if that makes sense. But as I'm sitting there at Starbucks inside the Safeway, right? They have Starbucks inside the Safeway. Talking to the young woman who's working behind the counter, and she asked me what I was talking about with Nate. And I mentioned, my car got hit by a deer up on Mount Lemon. I'm coming back. And she says, well, doesn't your insurance cover that? And it just dawned on me. I was like, oh, shit. And at this point, I didn't even thought about insurance. It wasn't even, like, it never even crossed my mind. It was just kind of like my whole process up to that point was like, well, fuck, man, I got more body work to deal with. All right, fine. I was already planning on paying for, this rust, which wouldn't have been covered under insurance. So now I'm just gonna have to get them to have to figure out how to fix the trunk, right? The spoiler. Because at that point, I wasn't thinking how much it was actually going to cost to fix all this. It was just the fact that I was going to have to put out cash, more cash. What luck? What fucking luck, right? Like, god damn it, finally getting on the mountain. I'm finally here. This is what I've been waiting for 36 years, basically, to get this car. Although I wasn't 1 year old when Type R hadn't been created yet. But basically, what I'm saying, 36, 18
What up,
years
Jesse?
on this car.
We're
Finally
watching
got
Broke
it.
Down.
Finally time to run the mountain like they do in Initial D.
A stream within a stream.
Not transporting tofu, transporting my fat ass around some corners, and a deer hits me. Like, what? Like, seriously? But as I'm standing there talking to this woman, I look out across the parking lot, and all I see is my son's name. My son's name's Noel, Noel, right? And all I see is a sign with my son's name on it. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? I'm just sitting there thinking about, like, why am I here? Like, I'm here, and I kind of lean my head over a little bit to the left, and I realize that it's a sign for some insurance guy. His last name is Noel. Noel. He could pronounce it Noel. I don't know. Most Hispanics pronounce my son's name Noel because it's phonetically sounding Noel in Hispanic, the Spanish alphabet. But anyway, I just stood there and I thought to myself, what is God trying to teach me right now? What's the takeaway from all this? Like, why? Think of random chance. Random chance that I left the Circle K at the right time, hit the stoplights right, hit the stop signs right, got stuck behind this Ford F-150 just so I could be hit by a deer. I mean, think about that. I think about this stuff all the time outside of the Type R. I think about life. When you think about the infinite realities that exist when shit like this happens, you think to yourself, there is a reality that exists where I didn't hit that deer, where I decided not to go up the mountain that morning. The slightest subtle change would change the trajectory of my life completely. This is strange. So I get home from the trip, I call my wife. She says, she's happy here. I'm okay. I'm obviously happy. I'm okay. It could have been a lot worse. That deer could have taken out the front of the car. And then, I would have been devastated. This car's a survivor, man. Through and through. And that fucking Chevy commercial keeps coming back into my mind. Another page in the book. Another chapter. There's another chapter in the book. And that's kind of what's happening here with this car. It's just another fucking chapter, man. This car's got a story. Luckily, I have enough documentation on it that I can kind of tell that story to whoever wants to listen to that story. But now I've got another story about how a fucking mule deer broadsided the backside of my car. Luckily, it didn't broadside it. Technically jumped over it and kind of sheared it, basically. So anyway, let's fast forward to today. Because today I took it into work. This weekend I removed the spoiler. As you guys saw, I took some photos of that and put that on Instagram and on the YouTube channel. I'm drinking Woodford Reserve again tonight. We're getting close to the bottom of the bottle, so probably have to pick up some new stuff this weekend. So I've got the estimate right here, and I'm going to talk to you about it because this estimate. So before I got the estimate, I had a couple things. We'll talk now. Let's get to the brass tacks, right? So before I got the estimate today, I thought to myself, I'm a very scenario person. I plan a lot as an analyst. And this is just advice for all of you in general. If you don't plan scenarios, you need to start planning scenarios. And I plan scenarios in every facet of life, like backup plans. I can go like 4 or 5 deep.
Chris says 1850.
This happens, do this. So then you generally I do this preparation, so I'm never caught off guard.
Do you see it?
And this is something I'm doing for my entire life, always. I can't help it. It just happens. I pre-plan a lot. I think that's why I have conversations in my head with people that I may never have in real life, but I have them anyway, just kind of formulate how I will have those. Which is, it makes it very strange for spontaneous conversation sometimes. Like I'll be walking down the hall and I already have a pre-programmed thought in my head. So I'll be like, good morning, and I'll say thank you, or I'll say like, I'm fine. I'll say something completely random that doesn't actually fit the conversation. It's like a fucking pre-programmed response. It's not healthy, but whatever. So anyway, before we get into this hard detail. So I had a couple scenarios in my head. One was I would get the quote, and the quote would be low, and or it would be just like reasonable. Like it'd be okay. My deductible is $500. They'll say we can replace. All we have to do is replace the spoiler, massage out the trunk lid, $1,200. Bada bing, bada boom. And I would do it easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Crazy.
1975.
And I would use the insurance, the official.
No, I take it back. $2,100.
The other option was, my other thought was, okay, well, what if they estimate me out at some really high number, and I take the cash option? Maybe I send you a check, and then I go find a body shop or something to use. Now, this body shop thing is very important because when I was getting my alignment done, this gentleman named Zach, who I was introduced to, or I talked to, said, I asked him, hey, do you got a body guy? He says, yeah, I got a guy named Greg. So I have in my phone as Greg, the body guy. So I've been sharing texties with Greg over the last week, preparing him. I was planning on going down to see Greg for my rust issues before the deer issue, but then the deer thing happened. So I hit him up and said, hey, man, believe it or not, I may have some more body work I need doing. So, lo and behold, I go in to get the estimate today. So, I've got 5 viewers right now. I'm going to give them a guess. What do you think the estimate is to fix my Integra Type R? I'm just kind of curious. I'll throw this out here if someone wants to just throw up a number or two. I won't read them out, or maybe I will, but I will get into it. I'll tell you what needs to be done. What needs to be done. And then we'll talk about it. So what they want to do, they want to replace the entire liftgate.
Old school says
they're going to replace the entire
for some chips and guacamole. Don't make guac.
And then they're going to transfer the glass over from
Gavin. He's about to tell us what it
costs. They're going to replace the Acura nameplate, the emblem. They're then going to replace the spoiler. Obviously, you need to get the new spoiler. Add clear coat, right? Remove, right molding, remove, and inspect. Then they would have to, because of the way the hatch is, they said the quarter panels will have to be redone. So that means they'll have to repaint and blend the entire quarter panels. And that means they'd have to replace the decals on each side, the Integra Type R decal that's down below each side. They'd have to remove the glass assembly, the quarter glass. They'd have to remove that. The upper trim pieces on the roof.
So more like.
All right. That's exciting, isn't it? That is before paint and everything. Total, they were quoting me out at $3,700. So Martine, you're pretty good at 3. Shage at 45. So you guys are in between each other right there. So they're looking at $3,702.18. So minus my deductible, $500. $3,208 paid out to me. 3202.18 would be paid out to me to fix damage. Right. Okay. And then they gave me a separate quote for the rust, actually, because they said, well, since we're already doing paint, we can do the rust. We can do the rust at the same time. And they said the rust, just the labor to fix the rust quarter panels would be about $400, which I thought was way better than I expected, actually. I was like, okay, that's all. They said $54 an hour. They said probably about 8 hours total, 4 hours aside to fix that, clean it up, weld it in a piece of metal, whatever they got to do. So, well, George, let's talk about that if they can't just fix it. So this is actually, I'm going to say this is a blessing in disguise. I'll tell you why. So I called the insurance company. I said, so what happens?
You were close to old school, 3,500.
Are you going to just, are you just going to send me the check? Like, how does this work? I've never done this before. And they said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to electronic fund transfer, EFT, or ETF, electronic transfer funds, the difference, so the 3218, to your checking account. And then you can take that money and you can either go back to this dealership or this body shop and have the work done, or you can go find another body shop. It's up to you. Okay. I said, all right. So I actually drove over to Greg, the body guy. All right. Well, let me tell you about Greg. Okay. Greg's a killer. Greg's a young blood. Greg's exactly the type of guy that I want touching my car. Now, let me say it this way to help you guys understand. Then I'll tell you about my actual conversations with Greg. But I'm describing Greg. I'm setting the milieu, what I was walking into. So I drive by Greg's shop. There's no signage on this shop, dude. There's no lettering. There's no numbers. We're in the industrial district. I'm kind of creeped out a little bit. I don't know where I'm going. Let me tell you, the road quality in the industrial district sucks. So I call Greg and I say, yo, man, where are you located? You have your address, but I don't see it. He says, I don't have any lettering numbers. I'll come outside. I said, So I show up. Greg comes out. Greg, I'm guessing, is probably late 20s. He's got his homie, Martine, who works with him. And I can tell, and I'm judging a book by its cover based on his looks, Greg knows how to throw down when it comes to paint and body. So he comes out, and of course, I don't talk to him about the numbers, right? I don't tip my hand, players. You don't tip your hand. I explain to him just in general what Chapman wanted to do, which was replace the tailgate, replace the spoiler, And I said, listen, bro, this shit's a JDM legend. I don't want to replace the hatch. That thing's got a vent on it. I'm not replacing the hatch. I'm not replacing the bumper. I want to keep everything that I can possibly keep. So I basically explained to him, I said, listen, I've got money from the insurance company coming. This is what I would like to do. I want to fix the hatch, right? Fix the tailgate. Knock the metal down, smooth it back out. I want you to fill these holes. Yes, guys, I'm going wingless for a while. So deal with it. Doesn't mean I can't find a Mugen wing one day. For now, play. Just go along with me, right? So I said, I want you to shave. Come on, Shant. Keep it in your pants, bro. I want you to shave it, clean it up. I showed him the rear bumper area that I had the previous accident that occurred. There's that kind of that fold a little bit in the bumper. I said, is it possible to work this thing back out? He says, yeah, man, we can do that with the heat gun. We can work it out. I said, all right, cool. What about this piece, this filler piece on the back, the filler piece that runs between the trunk lid and the bumper? There's a filler piece. Mine's got a dent in it.
Beverage refill.
We take care of that.
Let me know what I missed.
I said, listen, I want you to do this for me. Obviously, I want you to tell me how much you're going to charge me to do everything. I want the trunk lid fixed. I want the bumper fixed. I want the rust fixed. I want the car resprayed. And I want it closed door respray. It all, man. I want this thing to look legend, right? He says, okay, I can get you some numbers. He said, do you want to come inside and see some of my work? I said, hell yes, I do. He said, we have an Integra inside already right now. We're shaving that bay. I said, well, shit, my bay. Let's go check out that bay. So we went inside his shop. Again, unmarked, dude. You would not know what's inside this place. These guys are just young bloods, just grinding, doing badass body work. Now, I'd already seen some photos of his, and I liked what I had seen already. So we go into the shop, and there's a sweet DA, man. This is why I gotta get old school on here. If he's not on here, I got a photo of the bay at least. I didn't get the full cartridge kind of wrapped. He wanted to show me this Integra because this DA Integra because he wanted to show me the work. He said I painted this 2 years ago. Here's the work on it. Here's what it still looks like now. The car had come back into a shop because they removed the engine, which is over in the corner with a giant turbo kit on it. They removed the engine, and they were shaving the bay. And they were going to then go ahead and reinstall. They were going to reinstall the engine, obviously. So I looked at the DA, and it was that kind of green color. It was like the minty green. It was fucking beautiful. Really nice paint job. For 2 years old, it looked really good. And he said, well, we'll remove all the trim, we'll remove the door handles. So I told him, I said, I don't want you to shave the bay, bro. I don't need the bay. I don't want no bay shit. I don't need my jams done. And I had Martinez homie was there, and we walked around the outside of my car a bit, and I said, I want to retain the originality of the car. I don't want to remove any pieces, and he said, all right. He said, I'll get some numbers for you. I said, all right, cool. So I felt pretty good about it. This time, actually, Christian, Honda Vlogs, who should be dropping his recap in about 16 minutes, gave me a call about some hard race parts I ordered through him. which are on the way. I got some compliance bushings and trying to think here, shifter bushings on the way for the car. So I'm excited about that too, but those will be installed later. So I get home, and in general though, when it comes to this whole body shop situation, I want someone. I was actually ideally looking for a body shop of someone like Greg, where they are someone where it's passion, it's their personal business, their reputation is on the line. A big company like Chapman, they do probably pretty good work, but the techs there, I can tell you, aren't as invested in the work they're doing, because it's not as if every dollar that goes into Chapman's directly affects them, right? And I think you understand what I'm saying. So for me, going with the idea of going with Greg, if the numbers are right, makes me much happier, because I think the level of detail and the ability to work with him on like changes or modifications, which I have a few things in mind that I want to talk about, I think will be easier, and I think I'll be happy with the final product. And then if I'm happy with the final product, I'll be happy to refer his name out to people, and maybe I'll come back for more business later if I eventually get a spoiler and I want to put it, find a good Mugen spoiler, Gen 1, Gen 2, whatever, right? So he hits me up later and he says he can do the whole car, everything, for $3,300. And I was like, fucking perfect. I've got $3,200 in cash from the insurance company coming. That means I'm paying $100 minus, I got to buy some of the new emblems and stuff myself, which that's not a big deal. I get those through OEM Acura parts for a few $100 to get everything I need. So I'm out maybe like $300-400, and I've got a brand new full respray, all my shit, clear coats fixed, front ends fixed, rear bumpers fixed, smooth trunk, all that. Now, this is where I kind of want some thoughts, gentlemen and women, if there are any, which I highly doubt. While it's in the shop, this is an opportunity to add some things, do some things. So these are my main thought is this. I like the wingless look. I know some of you guys may not like it. I like it. I do. I've always liked really clean JDM front, Integras without a wing. So I'm going to go that way for now, right? Don't worry, a wing may come back. That's not a big deal. My thought, though, is that there was an optional side skirt and rear spat. It goes on the bumper, rear bumper, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that they made for the D2 Type R. And I was thinking of getting that kit and having George, or Greg, excuse me, put that on. While it's there, I'll bring it over. And my problem, though, is sourcing it, right? Finding an OEM, Honda OEM version of that kit is fucking damn near impossible. I think you guys already know that. It's super hard to find those side skirts in the rear spat. I call them spats. I think that's more of a British term, but the rear, they like go on the side of the bumper on the rear. They kind of like a little extension. And I thought that plus my spoon-esque lip in the front, plus when I get my J's Racing duct and no wing, I think that will be fucking mint, right? Perfect. Drop looks good. Car drives good. I'm good. I'm good. My problem, though, is I need to find, if you guys know, good, legit replica for, there's eBay's got tons of different parts. There's tons of different companies that make, that make all this shit, right? So for me, it's kind of, I want to think that if I'm going to buy a side skirt set for $200 or whatever they are, because they're all polyurethane, that's going to be a decent quality. Or I just don't. I was thinking maybe I can do it like here. If I want to go with more of a motorsport look, I go with a PCI 3-inch side skirt, right? And I do no spats on the rear. I just do the 3-inch PCI black side skirt down the side, and then that's it. But then I thought to myself, I don't know. That PCI is very motorsporty. My car's running OEM wheels for now. I don't think it really jives that well. I don't know. I'm not feeling that as much, but I think the OEM would look nice. My concern, though, obviously, like just as I stated, is a high quality replica skirt. You guys know there's an Icon. I've heard of Icon before. Magic Drift has the spats, at least the rear spats. Magic Drift has it set on eBay for $40 with hardware. They're basically just pieces of plastic. They just paint tape and screw in, and bam, you're done, right? It's not rocket science, but still, I want it to not look shitty. So please, for those that are familiar with the replica stuff, if you can give me some links or just give me a name of a site to go to, that's the biggest thing for me right now is working through that process, because I think I'm going to go down on Friday this week, just down with Greg and go over the car again. I'm going to take the car back down. We're going to go into a little more detail. You can take notes of the certain sections of the car, the intricacies and things like that. But make sure I point out everything that needs to be pointed out so we don't miss anything. I'll talk to him about what I need to buy on my end, like the front and rear emblems, the Acura red emblems, front and rear, the sticker, the Type R sticker for the rear, the Acura, the emblem for the rear, the Type R stickers for the sides. If I need to get new trim moldings across the top of the hood, the roof, or the black ones that run across the sides. I'm trying to decide if I want to pick. They're cheap to pick up. They're like $25 a piece, so I may just pick up brand new black ones of those. Just anything else is while he's going through the process of painting the car, as opposed to putting the old piece back on. There's something new that he can put back on instead that's worth doing, and that's kind of where I'm kind of mentally. I already have a card on my computer, the emblems to buy, but I just haven't done it yet. I'll do that here in the next day or two. But he said he can get the car in by early next week, and then it'll take about 2 to 3 weeks probably to get everything done. So probably by beginning of September, I could have a complete. The Rebecca can be completely complete, which is exciting, which is kind of crazy. It's not what I expected. And again, as George said, maybe this is a blessing in disguise, man. I mean, I've been entertaining the idea of getting the car redone and restored. And I told him, I said, listen, Greg, I said, I'm not fucking looking for a show car, okay? This isn't a show car. This is a trap car. This is a mountain car. This is a driver's car. I'm not looking to spend a retarded amount of money on a paint job because I'm going to be fucking masturbating over how good my paint is and, you know, showing off the car and giving a shit about I'm not. I just want it nice, clean. This is a fucking legend. There's probably they made what, 3,000 or so originally. Let's just say a third of them were dead and gone. There's maybe 2,000 left on the planet, and I want to make sure this stays kind of as true as possible. So yes, I don't have a wing, but you know, I think people will. But I think you're right, Shades, about the PCI side skirts. That's why I'm kind of waffling on it. If I knew I wanted them, I'd just get them. My thought was I kind of like the optional side skirt. I do like it when I see it on certain cars, and I think with a wingless version, it'll look very interesting because to me, it's the weight of the. I don't know if this makes any sense. The weight of the car in terms of the design from the rear to the front, I think will look really interesting. Kind of the rake, not the rake of the suspension, but the rake of the design because the lip is so low in the front and then it kind of tucks up into the back. It could be cool. But the point is that this is the time to do something. If it's gonna go into the shop to get body work done, this is the time that I have to make these decisions. Say, let's do it. Like I was looking at C West side skirts today. So I was like, fuck, man, why not just throw some fucking crazy, like get some Mugen. I was thinking about getting the Mugen replica side skirts because those are really fascinating because the way they are cut, they actually get larger towards the front of the car and thinner towards the back, which I think that adds a really interesting dynamic for design in terms of the visual weight of the car because you have the lower lip, the fat side skirt up front, and then it thins out to the rear. And then I wouldn't put the spats on the rear. I'd let the kind of the butt of the car tuck up tighter with the wingless nature of it. I think it would actually look really kind of interesting. That would look very visually interesting. So I don't know, but these are things I've kind of been thinking about as I'm kind of grinding through mentally. So as far as I know, in the next few days, I'm going to have a deposit of some money into my account for this, and then we got to figure it out. And I probably won't be driving the car much until then, given the holes in my trunk lid. But I'm really excited about if I go with Greg. I'm really excited about seeing what he can do because I respect people that that have this skill set, something I don't have. And like I said, I saw his work on the DA. it was really good. I mean, I'm not a paint professional. I looked at the trim, I looked at the paint to make sure there was no overspray anywhere, and it looked clean, clear coat, looked nice. He uses PPG paint. I have no doubt. Given he had a Focus ST in the back he was working on, he had the DA in there, he had a 240 SX in there, and he had a few muscle cars. Fucking bugs! God damn it! I'm such a pussy. He had a couple muscle cars in there, and so I'm pretty excited. I think he'll do a great job. So that's that. So that's where the car's at. We're now just waiting to get this party started, man. Let me see. God damn, dude, 17,000 miles. You guys want a sway bar? That's a good question. I think, you know what? I think I upgraded it. Damn, dude, I can't remember what sway bar I put in the rear of mine. I think I did the sway bar from the Type R, actually. Thanks for bringing that up. You know, that's a good question, Shant. I did do the used sway bar from the 22 mil. I thought it was fine. To me, though, it's a package deal when it comes to suspension. I think if you're going to start modifying that car, which I think you should, enjoy it. You got a long life left on it with 17,000 original miles. Make sure you get a limited slip differential up in that bitch. That's to me, a good damper system, a sway bar, and a limited slip differential, and you got yourself one hell of a fun car to cruise around in, man. No joke about that. The DC5 was a great car, and I loved my DC5. But I'll tell you, man, even for the 15 minutes of total drive time, of aggressive drive time, which I probably had, well, you guys saw it basically. What you saw on the video on YouTube was probably the extent of my aggressive driving with DC2 on the mountain this weekend, and it was fucking amazing. The steering is so heavy compared to those new cars, and that engine is such a pussy at the stoplights. You know what I'm talking about. God, they're such a pussy. God, the B18 on the just like a day, just driving back and forth to work is just so boring. You know, I mean, it's so boring. But then you get it on the mountain, or you get it where you're living up in VTEC, you're coming in and out of VTEC. You know, you're at 4,500, 5,000 RPM. You stay there up to Redline and back, and up to Redline. And that's when it just fucking cuts, dude. That's biblical, man. That's a spiritual journey that shit takes you on. If you can't understand the way sound, bouncing off the walls of a canyon can change your life. We live for those perfect moments. These perfect moments where I think smell and sight and sound and feel all come together in perfect harmony. It sounds super gay when I say it like that. It sounds really gay when I say it like that. You know what I'm talking about. I've had times like that. They're few and far between, unfortunately, on the daily drive, dude. But when you get those moments, like those are the moments you live for. That's why I wanted to go up the mountain the whole time, because if you guys thought that video was pretty good, the 7 cataracts to Windy Point section is fucking unreal, because those sections are flatter and they're through a double wall, so you have a tighter wall, so the sound as you go through is just like unreal. So that's why eventually I want to get back up on the mountain, but now I'm kind of afraid of animals and Mother Nature. So then I thought maybe God was telling me, this car is meant to be on the track. Do not take it up on the mountain. You're getting too old for that, dude. You've got your father too. Got a wife. Don't fuck with the mountain. Just don't fuck with it. Because I was also thinking to myself, because as I was going up, there's a sign that said "Watch out for rocks," because we had a storm the night before. And if in the video you may detect in the video in certain sections there's some gravel, there's some loose dirt on the road. And as I was coming back down, I was actually going pretty easy. I wasn't really fucking with it and vlogging it, because I was nervous, obviously, about what had happened with the deer. But then I also thought to myself, well, what if I come around the corner and there's a fucking good sized rock in the road? And my front end is totally toast. It's done. That's the last thing I need. So I thought, maybe this is God's way of saying, stick to the track, Bob. Stick to the track, dude. The track, the only thing that's on the track that's going to get you is another car, and you can worry about that. And we have this fantasy of the mountain, and trust me, oh my God, I fantasize about it. But perhaps it's getting to the point now where it's kind of like, if I do go up the mountain, I'm driving I'm not driving crazy, you know. Or if I do, you're taking it real slow. But this morning, when I got hit by that deer, I was not. This was just bad luck. This is not because I wasn't paying attention or I was speeding. Or, you know, this is just bad luck. So we'll see. But that's what I've been thinking about. I was like, maybe God was telling me, dude, just work the track, work the track, work the track. Who knows? All right, that's Type R talk right now, guys. If you don't want to hear about Mission Impossible, then you guys can shut this shit off because I'm about to fucking talk about Tom Cruise, dog. Tom Cruise, son. Yo, listen, this is okay. Tom Cruise is crazy. I think we all know that for the most part. Scientology is weird. Weirder than most other organized religions, if you even want to call Scientology a religion. I think it's a cult. No disrespect though to the Scientologists, man. I mean, as long as you're treating people right, you're not trying to kill people or cover up murderers or cover up John Travolta's weird sexual deviances, then I'm cool with it, man. Whatever. Well, don't hurt nobody. Do your thing. Be creepy. Cool. Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors of all time. It's crazy. He's like America's Jackie Chan. You don't understand that he does all his own stunts. That dude is so committed to his craft. Then you're nuts. Oh, it's about to rain here, guys. I'm gonna have to cut this shit short. Looks like it's about to get heavy. Anyway, we talk fast about this. Mission Impossible is better than James Bond. I'll say that straight up. The action sequences are unreal, and especially in this one. I thought Ghost Protocol was unreal. I thought, what's the other one after Ghost Protocol?
Shit, Honda Vlogs just dropped.
Damn, Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation was dope.
I'm debating,
This
guys.
one was
You
just
think we should
fucking
kick it
nasty.
over to
Tom
Honda
Cruise gets better
Vlogs?
with age. The writing's good. The action's good. My only complaint is that it's a little long. It's like 2.5 hours, dude. He's just like Tom Cruise. Don't fuck around, dude. Like I can separate his retardedness with his acting and just be like, you know, Tom Cruise crazy, but he's crazy as a fox, man. And it's entertaining. His movies are entertaining. And every Mission Impossible comes out, I get super excited. To me, Mission Impossible is exactly okay. I think for the most part, Hollywood is full of deviants. They suck. They're unoriginal. They think they're self-important. They're just a bunch of douchebags. Hollywood is a circle jerk. They get around in February for the Oscars and they beat each other off. That's basically what Hollywood is. I think we all know that. They talk on both sides of their mouth. Whatever. There's so many things you can say about Hollywood in general. But sometimes certain movies come out where you say, this is what Hollywood can do. This is why I'm willing to spend some money and come out to the theater. Fucking Mission Impossible Fallout is that type of movie. It's a summer. You get the big ass cup of popcorn that'll kill you with this weird ass oil in it. You get yourself, I gotta get myself a delicious Coke Zero. I'm watching the calories and sugar. But I still have popcorn, so it doesn't really matter. It kind of evens itself out. And I just had a good time, man. It's a great time. Like, that's a guaranteed good time for me. When I see Mission Impossible coming out, I'm like, guaranteed good time. Guaranteed. Like, I'm not worried about it sucking. The second one was the worst one of all of them. That was a mess. Hot, stupid mess. But that came out in the early 2000s when a lot of things were hot, stupid messes, especially music. So I think Limp Bizkit was on the soundtrack. And that should tell you all you need to know about Mission Impossible 2. They used, I think, the intro song when he was rock climbing on that stupid mountain. I think John Woo directed that one too. It was terrible. It was, I'm 99.9% sure it was Limp Bizkit. I can't remember the song though. But yeah, man, Mission Impossible is just on fire, pure fire. So if you have time, I know most of you guys are probably single, which means you have a lot of time. You lucky motherfuckers, all that free time you got. Go get a matinee. Go see a matinee of. Just pay full price, man. It's worth full price to go see. Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt. Great character. Great movie franchise though. Way better than Bond, man. I mean, Bond. I like the Bond movies for the most part. I think people like. I think they say they like Bond more than they actually really think about how much they like Bond. Like, I like Skyfall. I thought Spectre was meh. I thought the one with Quantum of Solace was fucking bunk. And then Casino Royale was alright. But see, I don't say that about Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. It's fucking awesome. We jump between those buildings in Dubai. Get the fuck out of here. And then single and self-employed Bonnie. There you go. But man, the weather's starting to. I think we're about to get wet here soon. God damn, it's raining like a motherfucker now. I can't really show you guys this, but now you guys can't see it really that well. But luckily, there's no rain getting where I'm at. But yeah, it's been a good week. It was a good weekend though. It was over Saturday night. Did some drinking. Get that sangria up. I cooked up some carne asada. Killed a ton of guacamole. It was a good weekend. I mean, it was funny because Saturday was obviously the traumatic deer strike events, which set me off a little bit. I wasn't nearly as angry though, so I'm gonna hang up I think I'm gonna hang the spoiler up on the wall, the destroyed spoiler, as like a memento to that moment in time. But like kind of next to the Veilside exhaust. Sorry about that, shades. Next to the Veilside, somewhere up there if I have any room. But yeah, it was a weird. That's why I don't think anything's just random chance, man. I think there's deeper meaning to certain things in life. And I think there was some deeper meaning there. I'm still grinding it out in my mind what it is. Maybe I think I know what it is. Maybe I think it's something as superficial as, hey, it's all going to work out and you're going to be able to get a better quality paint job. Or, it's going to be something more deeper, maybe more philosophical. I'll pull out of it lately. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how life works that way. Shit you don't expect, and there's a boom. Fucking deer jumps out in front of you. It's beautiful when it rains though here sometimes. I'm really getting tired. It's funny. I may have said this before. Christmas was very long for us this year. I drank a lot during Christmas. A lot of family was here, and I was so happy that it ended the holiday season. But now I can't wait for it to come back. This monsoon weather, I'm so tired of the humidity and the heat. It's 100 about 103 or 104 today. I know the rest of the country is getting hit pretty hard with the heat. California's burning in many places. The Northwest is hot for what it is, and 90 plus. So it's just one of those things where it's like, just give me some fucking. You can tell when it gets fall time because the weather smell. You can smell it in the air. It changes. It's all like it smells like fall. I mean, it says corny. It's like when it smells like snow. Like it's going to snow. There's a chance because it smells like snow. It's fascinating how that works. And I'm waiting to wake up one morning and walk outside, and just take a giant whiff, and think to myself, "Oh, it's changing. It's changing." I start putting on Christmas carols in the car, in my office at work. Get all jolly. Get excited for my son to bother the fuck out of me when it comes to what Santa's getting me for Christmas. It'll be sweet. But yeah, man, it was good. Like, it was a good weekend. I'm really happy about this estimate though, and it was cool because I called the insurance company. And I said, I gave him the number, and I said, man, it was way more than I thought it was. And the guy was pretty cool. He's like, yeah, man, most cars nowadays are way more expensive than you think. And he's right. It's funny because the adjuster actually at the dealership, not at the dealership, the body shop. His name is Steve. He races an S2000 actually in some races he's like an actual legit like race guy. So he knew my car. He walks out and he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, that was my dream car." And I said, "Yeah, that's why I got it." And he said he used to have an EG hatch with I think K24 in it or something like that, and then he sold that and he got the S2000. And I feel a little bad because I tried to work over something by saying, "Hey, yeah, my lock actuator in the back hatch isn't working anymore. I think maybe that happened because of the accident." He's like, "Yeah, it didn't happen." And, he probably knew he was seeing through my bullshit. And then he saw the damage that was already there on the bumper, and he's like, "What about this damage?" And I didn't lie to him about that. I was like, "Yeah, I think it was there before I got it." He's like, "Yeah, you can see a little bit of rust right here. I think, yeah, I can tell that's not it." So he's like, "Well, basically, it's just the tailgate and the spoiler." And then he said, "Then I'll quote you out for the rust." And I said, "All right, cool." And that's when he came back with that 3700. I was pretty surprised, but obviously they want to replace the entire trunk lid. What bothered me is he goes, he's like, "Honda's saying it's discontinued," which it is. And he says, "Well, we may have to go out and source one from like the junkyard or whatever." And that's when I was like, Yeah, bro, that's not. I'm not. No, I'm not. You know, the value of this car also has to do with its originality. And what I'm not going to do is start taking off big pieces and have non-matching bins on things like my hatch and my bumpers or things. Obviously, the front bumper I don't. That's an obvious thing. But so that right there, I was like, yeah, oh, man, just give me the cash value for that trunk lid, which is what $800, $900 pre.
Old school says,
right?
"Wake the fuck up! I'm here, man."
Yeah,
What you talking about?
820 is what they're saying, and I will use that money. You know, I was looking at Seabon. Seabon's got a carbon fiber trunk lid, full trunk lid for carbon fiber, made for $620. And I was like, oh man.
Oh, just kidding.
Carbon fiber trunk lid.
I've been here.
Pretty interesting.
I'm here.
You know, I could claim weight reduction as a reason to get it. Say, oh, it's a lot less weight.
You guys think we should
But
finish
once
this
I
out or
Greg,
watch
I
on
was
the
like, yeah, I
looks?
can fix this. I can fix it. I was like, I want to fix it. I want the original trunk lid. I want the original bumpers. That's why when he said he could smooth out the bumper where it had kind of the ripple from the previous collision, he's like, yeah, we can heat it up and smooth it out and then work it. And I was like, you're speaking my language. So anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. I just want to give kind of an
There we
update. You know, I don't have a lot. I'm not going much deeper tonight, guys. Unless you have some questions right now you want to throw at me while you got me on the Lizine. I'm at 53 minutes right now. I can take it to an hour. If you guys got anything you want to ask. But it's pretty straightforward. Now we're going to go back to maybe a few weeks of no Integra again. And then we'll eventually get back to actually having a car I can drive like more than once a month or something like that. So, yeah, good times. It was a good night, good weekend, good week. I have a great week of work coming up. We have a shave. I got some duty to get to next weekend, and then I think the weekend after that is cars and coffee. So maybe I can. Oh yes, I agree. Is it Esaino? Esaino. Que pasa, güey? Yeah, the carbon fiber trunk and hood does look pretty badass. So I mean, I could take some of that money and just get a carbon fiber trunk and hood, and then pay use the rest for the rest of the paint on the other panels of the car. That's entirely possible. It's a doable thing. That's why I'm not 100% like this is the thought I have right now is the thought's going to happen. Kind of playing around with ideas. So I don't know though. I mean, I want to keep the originality though. I think that's what it is. That's why the carbon fiber hood and trunk. I kind of be like, it would look cool for a few weeks, then I would be like, yeah. So I think I'm just gonna go old. I'm just gonna keep it OG, keep it original. Let this guy do his work his metal magic. You know, and I do like carbon fiber hoods though. I mean, I think one day I will have a carbon fiber hood. I think that's gonna happen at some point, but I don't think that time is now. I don't think. I mean, although I could technically, I could just get just the carbon fiber hood right now and have them paint the rest of the car. You know, and then I wouldn't get a front emblem. I could just run the hood for now. But yeah. Oh, Henry, thanks for showing up, homeboy. I am not replacing the wing for a while. So when I get the body work done, the car's going to be sprayed and get cleaned up. We are going smooth trunklet, smooth wingless. And at some point in the future, I definitely foresee myself probably putting a wing on it again. You know, I don't doubt that. Maybe not. Maybe. The point is, it's kind of nice to have the option to do it, right? So go smooth for now. Take the savings of the cost of a brand new wing, use that to get other parts of the car, like to basically get the respray done, and then a year or two from now, maybe I can find a good deal on a Mugen Gen 2 or Gen 1 or whatever, you know, some other wing that I like, and I can go ahead and just drill into where the holes originally were. I know where they're at because they're marked underneath the trunk lid, and then put a wing back on. But for now, I like the wingless look. I think it's clean, it's tucked. It's like a nice, I mean, it just, I understand how there's a flow to it with the wing, but fuck, it's my car, man. I'm just gonna fucking do it, and then we'll see what happens. So, good question. So we're going to go wingless for a while. And that may not be a popular opinion to some internet people, some of you homies, but that's okay. That's why we express ourselves through our cars in many ways. Yeah, color match carbon fiber parts are things that I've thought about. I'm going to leave the front lip as carbon fiber because I like the contrast on the front lip. But yeah, it's interesting. The wing options, there's not a lot of wing options though for the car. There's really the Type R wing, and then there's the medium wings, and then you have to go with some type of race wing, like a Vortex or a Vortex. Is it Vortex or Vortex? Vortex.
Voltex.
Cusco, I think, makes some wings, but I'm not really down with that look, especially if you're running OEM wheels and it's not like a caged car. So I'm just trying to go with like a OEM plus look. So the lack of wing, the carbon lip on the front, and then if I get the optional OEM side skirt and rear spat, then that's it. And I can, like I said, I can source those parts. I got up at 4:40 on Saturday morning. So I was on the mountain by 5, a little after 5:10, and I got hit by the fucking deer around 5:15. So there you go. So I'm up early because we have bicyclists that run that mountain, and then we have like a little bicyclists, not like motorcycles, but bicyclists that use the mountain a lot, and then people go up to camp and stuff. So I wanted to get up there early where I was kind of alone. Which again, I'm getting older for this, to go up there without my wife or kids, and I don't want to kill myself on the mountain and leave them without a father. So I have to really think about how I want to do that. But for me, it's therapeutic. It's my time, and I need to have it. So unfortunately, though, this last time, God said, "Fuck your couch," and smeared his dirty boots all over me in the form of a mule deer. A mule deer. Probably weighed about 150 pounds. Hood fury. So, yeah, about 4:40. I get up early every day, 4 o'clock. It's like, I'm Rick James, bitch. Like, that deer's like, fuck your Integra. Gah! And then just like, fuck your spoiler, and just tore it off and then ran away. I wonder what kind of, I'm pretty sure it must have broken a leg, though. Like, it came, unless he, like, jumped and then turned to his side, and then he used his ass and smashed the wing with that, and then slid off of it. Kind of like what is it, like in Knight Rider or any other cool action movie where they run and they slide over the hood of the car, like parkour. He did that with his ass, but he smashed the spoiler, and then he fell down the thing. Anyway, so yeah, so that's it. So it was a good weekend, unexpected weekend. For the 5 minutes I was able to drive my car with some vigor, it was delicious. It was delicious. You're not gonna get motoring like that anymore. I really wish I could. I wish I could let other people like you guys experience it, because it's so. God, this is gonna sound so gay when people talk about it. So authentic. It was such an authentic experience. It felt so real because it was real. No, but it was really good. You can't get a feeling like that. It's impossible to get a feeling like that. I think like that in a new car, and that's just because of the sound deadening, the insulation, the weight of the steer, everything. You just can't. That is what it is. So, it's a point to asking me, do you ever miss your DC car? I do. I miss it in the sense that I see Jesus's pictures of my DC-5 on Instagram, and I think to myself, I built a really nice car, like a straight up fucking ball. Like, I built a finely balanced, lovely car. And if I still had it, it would be even better. I'd have that brake kit from Buddy Club in orange with orange calipers that I would fucking clean my pants over just looking at them. I would have those. I would have, by now, I probably would have it cammed out, maybe. I'd have my K-Pro. Pretty badass. I'd have a paint job probably by now on it. Resprayed in the magnesium metallic. It was a good car. But I got the Legend, bro. I got the Legend. I'm good. Like I'm set. Like I'm done with cars, basically. Like I'm retired from the game, baby. Like the game I used to play of like, you know, I don't go out to the bars anymore scoping for chicks. You know what I mean? And by bar, I mean the internet. I don't go on the internet like Craigslist and troll that shit for some pussy. And by pussy, I mean cars. I don't do it anymore. I got the DC2. I'm good. Like I'm set for the rest of my life. Like that's it. Like that experience that you get on the mountain that I had, if I could do that like if I could do that once a month, but extend it out instead of being 5 minutes long, get me like 30, 40 minutes of some good mountain running. At the end of it, I stop and get myself a nice coffee, maybe a Danish. Although I'm kind of doing keto, so no Danish, maybe some fruit. By fruit, I mean not apples, maybe a berry or something. And that's it, man. I'm good. Like I'm good. That's my drug. I'll take that high for a month. That'll last me a month until the month after. And then if I can get to the track in the fall, get one track day a month where I fucking wallop it, and then I got 30 days to get the car ready for the next wallop. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't need any more. That's why I like the new Civic Type R. I don't care. I couldn't care less about it. It does nothing for me in the groin, right? And I think about cars as I think about women. It does nothing for me in my groin at all. I look at it and go, okay, yeah. I mean, you can tell me all about it and tell me how great, how fast it is, how it's an engineering marvel. And I go, great, awesome. If it makes you feel something, and then more power to you. That's fantastic. I feel nothing. There's like 5 cars that I can think of. Like there's one other car I think of when it makes you feel something is an E39 M5. Like that shit gives me like that. You want to talk about a car where like my perfect garage would be I daily drive an M5 that's reliable. Magically a genie brings me one and says, I guarantee you it will never break down on you and it'll be reliable. That is straight up Need for Speed 1998. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 1 dream car. E39 M5. Like that car makes me feel something deep within my soul. My automotive soul is what an E39 M5 does. But there's very few cars that do that. NSX tickles it. I'm a huge NSX fan. I respect them. Fascinated by the people that have them and just the look of them, but it wasn't what resonated with me when I was a kid. So it doesn't, that E39 M5 resonated with me when I was a kid. DC2 and Integra Type R. That was it. That was basically the two. Like the dad car was when I get older, this is the thought when you're 14, 15 years old. When I get older, if I have kids and I'm married, got a job, maybe I can drive something like an M5. That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. A daily driver. Then I watched the movie Ronin. There's no Ronin. It was a great chase scene with an S8, Audi S8, and that same thing. I was like, God, it'd be so cool to have an Audi S8. It's like my dad car. Now I can never afford a BMW M5. They're so expensive. They're 150 grand, and it's just like what's his name? That one Batman, right? What's his name? The worst Batman. What's his name? Christian Bale? Christian Bale. I don't know. I wasn't trying to. Oh, Val Kilmer? Was I more like a Kilmer Batman? Oh, that's not a good one. I love Val Kilmer, by the way. That dude, poor guy's had cancer. He's back though, supposedly. Thanks, Asino. Yeah, Asino. I can't. Asino. Wey. ¿Qué onda, wey? Oh man, some serious lighting. Thank you. I made the choice that was, I think, right, and I've never been this content with my automotive decisions, which is what I think brings me peace. I think it's a maturity thing. I think it's just getting older. I think that's one thing. No mames, güey. No mames, güey. ¿Qué onda, varón? No mames. You have to do it with a list too when you kind of do it. Mommy's wait. But yeah, but being at peace with it, I think is I think it's a matter of maturity. I think it's just finally finding the car that that I always wanted, and then realizing that I think what it is that getting the car you've always wanted, realizing that it's still just a car. It's just a car. So there's no need to continue to what's the word I want to use? I'll fucking say is hyperventilate over it. That's a terrible word to use. But you know what I'm saying? It's just you're chasing a ghost. You're chasing something that's not even real. Find what makes you happy, and then that's it. And then be done with it. There's no point. You're always going to be chasing something. You just keep doing that. I talked about this before. Like, what point did you say, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I've had enough. My fill. I don't need any more. There's people that want to continue to chase, right? The newest, next greatest thing. They're constantly chasing, constantly going after it. And that's fine if that's what makes them happy, which I don't think it does. That's what companies want you to do. They want you to chase that shit because they you to buy stuff. That's what they want you to do. But I don't. I'm good. So that's why even with buying parts for the car, for the Type R, I don't. I'm at a point now where it's like I just bought those two things from Christian, the compliance bushings and the shifter bushings. But I'm pretty good. Like once I get those installed with the rear trailing arm bushings, I think most of my expenses for the car are going to be coming down to maybe tires and then track time, maintenance stuff. But like it's not going to come to like I want to buy a new exhaust system or I want to buy maybe wheels one day. Maybe. Even then I'm debating that. There's a clean DA here in Arizona. I saw it 2 years ago. It's in Prescott. Like a mint greenish blue. It's really clean. It's like $4,500. I saw it and I was like, it's a pretty clean DA. Like, if I was in a position where I had like a lot of garage space and I could just buy cars just to have them, I would think about picking it up. Check it out. It's on Craigslist. Go to Craigslist Tucson or Phoenix and search Integra. You'll see it if you're interested. It's pretty cool. Fucking bugs. God, fuck yourselves. Yeah, I mean, it's just funny. I mean, again, it's kind of. I mean, certainly you kind of get bored, if you get to a point in your build and just like stalled out and you're just not inspired anymore. And I can see that happening. I can see that happening. But I think that happens when you're buying stuff to buy stuff and it's like a compulsion for you, and then you find that there's nothing left to buy. That's when you get yourself in trouble. But I think if you're actually if you're using the parts, if you're buying suspension to go hit the track, then you always have a reason to you could go to the track and hit track days and then realize, you know what, like my suspension, but I think I should go with a different system. Well, then you can go buy another system, sell your old system for some money to help you pay for the new one, and then do that. And just keep looking to improve and be better as a driver in the car. But just buying stuff to buy stuff, and I've done that before. I think I did that with the RSX sometimes, like that Gucci M&M Honda lower tie bar, which did absolutely nothing. That's a good example where it's like I get paid, I have cash to spend. I have money to spend. I have expendable income, and I want to buy something for the car because I want to buy something for the car because I like the way it makes me feel buying something for the car. It's exciting. You get excited for spending money. You get excited when it shows up. You get excited to make content on it. You get excited to install it, and then it just disappears into the ether. Yeah. I paid basically $150 for a sticker. I totally agree with that. I do that kind of. I was like, I just wanted kind of the bling factor. Like, oh, it's M&M Honda. It's rare in the country. And yeah, it is relatively rare. Most people don't buy M&M Honda parts a lot, but it's a decal. It's not a sticker, bro. It's a decal. But yeah, so yeah, it happens. You get kind of stalled out. But that's I think you just kind of got. For me, it's just growing up and being like, I'm good, man. I'm content. Ooh, that's some thunder up in that. But I think it's just a matter of growing up. You just kind of get content with where you're at, and you just kind of you have a little more perspective, perhaps, and you just kind of go into cruise control. And like I said, for now, I wanna use the car the way it was meant to be driven. Because if not, the ghost of the Soichiro Honda is gonna haunt me and be like, why? Because I see a lot of DC2 and Tiger Type R's on Instagram. Like we follow each other. A lot of the ITR owners follow each other just because they're curious in their builds and their ownership and stuff. And a lot of them aren't really driven. A lot of them are just like not show cars, you know, like they Gucci them out, but they're like collector versions. Like they drive them around, but they don't really do anything to them. For me, it's like, you know, it needs to be driven. It needs to be worked out. And yeah, if I have to sell it one day, well, guess what? The person I'm going to sell it to is going to understand that, and they're going to respect that. And they're going to buy it at a reasonable price, and it's not going to be some game. This is the truth. And I'm not going to bullshit them about it. It's like the car was driven, you know, where it should be driven. And I think they understand that. And I think people respect that a lot more than the ones that get pulled out on the weekends. And like the ones you see on Bring a Trailer that are selling for $40,000 right now, up to upwards of $50,000 an hour. The ones that, yeah, someone bought them. They probably drove them every now and then, and they just kind of kept them in the garage. And yeah, I mean that's their choice, obviously. But I didn't dream of buying one to like just have it. Although kind of I wanted one just to want one, but now I have it and I want to drive it. Yeah, well, see, old school. That's my biggest problem right now with thinking about this respray, right? Is I could go to Greg and say, listen, Greg, I want you to fix the hatch, okay? I want you to fix the rear bumper, smooth it out, use your heat gun, smooth it out, and then I don't want you to touch anything else. Leave it. Leave its ugliness. Leave its clear coat peeling. Leave its rock chips. Leave it. And I can take the rest of the money and use it on something else. But would I be really happy with that? I don't know. And that's why I understand exactly what you're saying. And that's but to me it's gonna get more rock chips, right? It's gonna get more rock chips. It's like I'm recovering the book, right? I'm giving it a brand new cover, but it's gonna get jacked up again at some point. God willing, it's not gonna be another deer. But you know what I'm saying. It's gonna get jacked up. So I think you're right. I think this car, I think she's earned it. 18 years. She's had that bang in the back bumper for God knows how long, and the previous owner the previous owner, whoever it was, didn't feel like getting it actually like really worked out. Now I'm gonna get it worked out, and I'll thank Bambi for kung fu fucking kicking my spoiler off the back of my car and damaging the tailgate to make that happen. But the tailgate works. It locks, unlocks, stays closed. So really, it's all cosmetic. So at this point, it's kind of like, let's do it right. Do it once, do it right, and we should be good for at least another 10 years plus, probably, aesthetically. So, all right, I'm wrapping it up. Go inside, spend some time with the Weef. Check out Chris's Honda Vlogs recap. And then get up at 4 a.m. to hit the gym. And hey, thank you, George, for checking in, man. I appreciate that. And appreciate all you guys for listening that hang out and listen to this. It's good for me. It's my therapy. I like connecting with you guys. You know, some weeks are better than others. Some weeks I wasn't on last night. I was tired, bro. Just tired, man. Just tired. I got home from Mission Impossible. My mind was blown. I thought to myself, it was like 7 when I got home. I thought, I could get out there and try to talk tonight, but it wouldn't be a good one. Plus, I wanted to wait to see what I got for that the estimate, so it kind of worked out. I got some good to talk about. So yeah, take it easy, everybody, and I'll be back. I'll definitely be back next Sunday to wrap you up, to fill you guys in on where we're at with the car and if it's going into the shop and kind of what's all up with that. So, but seriously though, before you guys go, if any of you guys know of any good websites for the side skirts, I think they're called, a lot of them you'll see is TR style optional side skirt. But if you guys know of these anywhere, please comment on the video so I can go check those. Don't comment in the live stream right now. Comment in the actual video once it's online. You can, or you can email me or hit me up on Instagram. But I would love to do some pricing now. So if I have to buy them this week, I can get them, have them here so I can take them over to the shop and we can make sure that they get on the car. Yeah. So anyway, you guys take it easy. Have a good night. God bless. And I'll speak to you later.
Be y'all. That's a gangster thumbnail. Well, guys, seeing as the stream's been going on for 3.5 hours, probably about to cut this one off too. There's only oh, George is still in here. Nice, George. Yeah, it was a good stream. It was. Oh, it was. Yeah, I'm not sure if Icon Motorsports old school's back. He says good shit, dog, as always. Oh, you know it. Fucking yeah, it was funny as shit about one, the Batman thing, but two, you said Outsiders. Totally forgot Tom Cruise was in Outsiders. Fire. That one stream when they're walking, I mean that one stream, that one scene where they're walking down the street to the Rumble, and Tom Cruise is in the back, and like he says something. He's like, "We act up, they're gonna have to call the fuzz on us." Oh my god, Outsiders, dude, it's ingrained. It's ingrained in my brain forever. Motherfucking Pony Boy and Johnny. You really did kill him, huh, Johnny? Yeah. That shit is classic. But yeah, I'm not sure about Icon Motorsports makes a DC2 Type R side skirt, because that's the kind of old school says show us funny hella fools. Yeah, dude, Swayze, fucking Karate Kid was Johnny, Ralph Macchio. What was I about to say? Shit. Icon Motorsports DC2 Type R side skirts. Let's see if they got them. I think they might. They might. Acura? What? No Acura side skirts? Are you shitting me? That's a lie. I'm looking at Acura TSX side skirts right here. What the fuck? What the fuck, Batman? Fuck is an Integra? Jesus. You make side skirts for a Scion, but you don't make side skirts for a fucking JDM Legend. You shitting me? They make S2000 side skirts, but they don't make no. They don't make no fucking Integra. Yeah, like they even make Mugen style side skirts for the RSX, but they don't make them for fucking. That is sacrilege. This makes me want to pull off all my friggin' Icon Motorsports front and rear lip and the fucking spoiler. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them. They're not paying homage. Old school says shades. What are spats? I think he's talking about a trim piece. It's almost like a fucking. What the fuck? I don't know what the other term for it would be, but I know he's talking about. It's like a trim piece that like matches up with the side skirt in the back, the molding, rear molding, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Spats. Old school says just kidding. Sounds funny. Does sound funny. Sounds like Spax. Spats. Yeah, Icon doesn't make it. That's crazy. Excuse me. H Motors has some. Oh wait, no, those the little, not the cool ones, the normal OEM ones. Oh. Well, I found. Excuse me. I found the side skirt, but not the spats. Spats. It sounds splats. Game blouses. Okay, look at this. Essentially, there's your replica. You know, your replica part right there. But then, as far as spats goes, there's no spats. If you're talking about on the back of the bumper, like that. I don't even know if you guys can see that or not. That little line. I mean, ABS plastic, I mean, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying. I'll add it to my watch list so I can, yeah, and 330 of them sold. I'm pretty sure anybody that's rocking a DC2 that wants that style is probably buying this. 99% positive feedback. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cigarette pressing machine. It's like a factory. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for the night. I might play some Fortnite with Chris B. I wish I had advice to give him, but I don't at all. Shit. What do you mean by that? Just like expertise level or just DC2 specific, or what do you mean? I'm sure we all got advice for each other. Something each of us can help each other out with or something. You know what I'm saying? Huh. See, back to my debacle, guys. At $479 a seat, do you think it's still worth it for those Brahms seats? Because I got to get the planted technology driver side seat bracket. Or should I just hack job it together and somehow make my OEM ones work? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. For his car, what he's doing body work wise. Sounds like he's doing the right thing, honestly. I mean, I don't disagree with it. George says you might need your OEM seats. Like, I feel you, but like, I just don't want to. What I don't want to do is buy these $240, basically almost $300 for seat brackets. That's like a price of one seat almost. Or, you know, let's say my seat brackets work, I'm gonna be mad pissed, you know? I'd be pretty annoyed. Unless I can return them, that'd be awesome. But you know, because for $339 for per seat, basically, let's just call it $350, $700 for a pair of seats. If that's all I need, great. If I gotta spend an extra 100, you know, $140 a seat, that comes out to be $479 a seat. So it's or, yeah, isn't that what it is? Yeah, $480 per seat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's pretty much $1,000. I'm pretty much not saving any fucking money. Well, I'm saving $1,000 if I got blue ones, but you know. But yeah, nonetheless, debatable. We'll see. I'm debating it all. George says, I'm out, guys. Thanks, Shades. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, George. Yeah, I'm about to check out, too. Haven't even had fucking dinner yet. But yeah, guys, I'm going to ship out the ye old Hondata to K-Pro to Hondata. See what the fuck they say about that. So, true story. One thing I did notice, though, I hope they don't realize and be like, this car was in a flood. We're not doing shit. Buy a new one. And be like, great. Real swell. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they say. But yeah, guys, hope y'all enjoyed. Same here, dude. Have a good night, Shades. Catch you on the next one. For real, though. Yeah, guys, hope y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Have a good week. Be all. And I'm out. Later.